How we doing, folks? Fix my stuff over here. How we doing this morning, folks? It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. How we doing this morning, folks? We're live like we do each and every day except for Sunday. We're live 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. So how we doing? The question is, how was your night? Yeah. Waking up feeling refreshed, waking up feeling good, get you some effective sleep last night. Did you have a peaceful mind? Did you have an active body? Clean eating. You know the philosophy. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Good morning from New York. Shout out to you, Tim. What's up, Tim? How you doing, boss? How we doing? Get some effective sleep. Okay. Like I said, you guys know who I am. My name is Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. If you're new to me, I talk about all things insulin resistance, all things diabetes, all things weight loss, type 2 diabetes, and specifically, so if you're suffering from insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, erectile dysfunction, all of that. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to pull back the layers on, and we're going to knock that out of the park. They'll let you know that, like, hey, listen, you're suffering from all those chronic health conditions. You're suffering from insulin resistance. You're suffering from, erectile dysfunction, PCOS, prediabetes, gestational diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Listen, that's all stuff that you can get rid of. All you got to do is just flip the script. You flip the script on that condition. You flip the script on diabetes, man. Smooth sailing. Made an appointment to get blood work done, so I have a good base to start with, no doubt. So you're getting ready to start, Tim. You're getting ready to start maintaining your pace. I love it, man. Get out there and maintain your pace. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. You start doing that, man, those numbers are going to start going down and down and down and down and down and down and down. You just got to do the work, though. You do the work, whoo, sky's the limit. You know how the saying go. Sky is the limit. So what's up, folks? We got a couple of things lined up for today. You know how we always do. We're going to talk about all things A1C. Of course, that's how we start out. We got to build the foundation to find out what exactly are we dealing with. And then we're going to find out what it is that you have to do to fix it. Like, what is it that you have to do to fix insulin resistance? Is insulin resistance something you got to have for the rest of your life? Is type 2 diabetes something that you got to have for the rest of your life? Like, if your A1C is climbing, like this thing says here, if your A1C is climbing, is that you? Is your A1C climbing? Or is it coming down? Okay, you want it to come down. If it's too high, you want it to come down. That's what we're going to talk about today. How do you bring that thing down? You can bring it down in as little as 2 weeks. Believe it or not. You're like, Kelley, that's crazy. 2 weeks? How can you bring your A1C down in 2 weeks? Doesn't it take 3 months? Like, yeah, it does take 3 months. That's how long it takes for all of your blood cells to turn over. All of your red blood cells, about 3 to 4 months. So you can get a fresh new set of red blood cells, oxygen or hemoglobin as it's called. So 2 weeks, we'll say, let's just say if you start doing everything right within 2 weeks, well, you're putting a dent every day. You're putting a dent every day. New blood cells are regenerating. They're being regenerated with no sugar on them, or little to no sugar. And as a result, you do that 1 day, then 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 14 days. You go get your A1C test done, it's down 2 points. You're like, well, how is it down 2 points? It hasn't been 3 months yet. Well, each day added up. Each day added up to contribute to that number. So that, folks, is how you can lower your A1C in as little as 2 weeks, which many people have done on this program. On my program, the 14-day challenge, many people have done it in 14 days. Somebody went from an 8 to a 6. Someone went from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days, okay? In 14 days. That is how quickly your body wants to heal. Doesn't want to mess around. You want to mess around, but it doesn't want to mess around. So you give your body what it needs, when it needs it, and I promise you, it will heal itself, right? 2 weeks, a week, whatever, wants to heal. All right. So that is how you can lower your A1C in as little as 2 weeks. by actually doing the work. And I got something for you, right? I got something for you to help you do that. I got a tool. It's called the 14-Day Blood Sugar Reset Challenge. That is the tool to use to help you get to where you need to be in as little as 2 weeks. Well, we got a lot of goodies as well. We got the masterclass, we got the quiz, we got the PDFs, man. We got all different types of stuff, right? Every piece of information that you need regarding this condition called type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance or having a high A1C, man, we got it all here. We got it here. But like I said, my name's Kelley. If you're just joining us, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, living out of Houston, Texas. Been here 11 years. And see, here's the thing. My story is probably just like your story. You're suffering from insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes. My story is just like your story. Probably my story is no different than yours, right? You're like, well, what do you mean it's no different than mine? Well, a few years ago, I was diagnosed with heart disease, obesity, and diabetes. Yeah, all at the very same doctor's visit. Go in, get my regular checkup, like most people do. Go in and get their regular checkup, and then guess what? Diabetes, heart disease, obesity, all at the very same doctor's visit. But here's the thing. Just like you're going to do, you're going to beat the condition just like I did. I don't have diabetes anymore. I don't have heart disease anymore. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not obese anymore. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but because I'm sitting down, I don't know. Who knows? But anyhow, I'm not obese anymore. Full clean bill of health. Clean bill of health. It's the same thing that's going to happen to you. If I can do it, if many other people who have joined the 14-Day Blood Sugar Reset Challenge, if they've done it, what makes anybody any different than you? We all have the same red blood cells flowing through our body, oxygen-rich red blood cells. So what makes them any different than you? They aren't. They're not different. So that's the thing about insulin resistance, diabetes, all that, folks. This is a very, very reversible condition. Like, I'm serious. It's a reversible condition. Super reversible. Your body doesn't want to have high blood sugar. I promise you it doesn't. It doesn't. You may be okay with it, but your body's not. Your body's trying to heal. You may be okay with the ding dongs and the donuts and all of that stuff that's spiking your blood sugar. You're okay with that, but your body isn't. Your body just wants to heal. It wants to thrive and it wants to survive. That's us. Us, we want the Cokes. We want the Mountain Dews. Like me, I wanted the Mountain Dews. I wanted the gummy worms. I wanted the McDonald's. I wanted all of that. And the whole time, my body just want to heal. That's it. My body just wants to heal. How do you do it, please? You're going to have to do some work. TT123, you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like what you got to have to do. Here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to show up. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do it again tomorrow in these 4 specific areas. Having a peaceful mind. It's an acronym, right? It's called the Freedom Formula. Having a peaceful mind. Having an active body. Clean eating. And effective sleep. And substance abuse. Things like alcohol. Those are the things that we're going to have to get right. When we get those right, the condition goes away. It is a lifestyle, diet and lifestyle driven condition. So how do you do it? TT123, that's how you do it. How you're managing your stress, how you're managing your activity, how you're eating, and how you're sleeping. That's what we're going to cover today. We're going to go over the whole gambit. We're going to find out what it means to have a high A1C, and then we're going to talk about how to bring this thing down. All right? That's how you do it. Through the power of your lifestyle. I eat a normal meal, no sugar, caffeine, and blood sugar still spikes. Are you insulin resistant? What's your A1C? You got to give me more to the story than that. Give me more to the story than that. I love it. Yeah, shout out to you, Patricia. Patricia took your A1C from a 9.7 to a 6.6. Is that right, Patricia? Man, from a 9.7 to a 6.6. Wow. Just by hanging it out, just by doing the work. That's what you got to do. That's what you're going to have to do, TT123. You ask what you got to do. You're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. Okay? That's what we're going to have to do. A1C is at a 10. Okay, yeah, A1C is at a 10. If your A1C is at a 10, yeah, I understand. I eat normal meals. So that's why we got to dig into it. What is a normal meal? Define a normal meal. You know what I mean? That's what we're gonna have to dig into. What is a normal meal? Because if your A1C is at a 10, you got to define what a normal meal is. Some people's normal meals could be a donut. You know what I mean? Whole Twinkie ding dong. That could be a normal meal for most folks. I don't know. You know what I mean? We got to be specific. Yes, Ozempic, glipizide, metformin. How you feel about that? You okay with taking all these meds, or you want to do something different? You want to get off of these meds, or you want to do something different? Because that's what we're going to discover today, folks. I'm going to show you how to bring your A1C down naturally. 6.6, COPT, hard to exercise. I ate hamburger soup last night. Okay. All right. So many people have no idea how to eat correctly. Yeah, sadly, yeah. It is a very, eating is, man, super important. Here's how important eating is. When we talk about diabetes and how to get rid of it and how to get off the metformins and all of that stuff, just like Jazzy did when her doctor took her off of the glipizides and all of that stuff. Here it is. Here's the whole solution to diabetes, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes. Here it is. Here's how you get off the meds. Just remember this. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. That's it. Michelle, when the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. I know you asked about a bunch of medications, and I'm going to say it again. When the diet is wrong, all that medication you're taking is of no use. But here's where the power comes in. When the diet is correct, all that medication that you're taking is of no need. When you realize that, when the light bulb comes on, it might not come on right away, it may not come on today, it may not come on tomorrow, but it may come on like a year or two, whenever down the road. But when that light bulb comes on and you realize that it's just your diet, you're going to be like, do you record these sessions? I need to watch you, but I am at work. I'm over here I'm on my other socials as well. So I'm on all this, it's recorded on there. So you can watch the replay on all the other social. You know the other one. There's some big social media sites out there. You know they are. One's a big search engine. Yeah, I'm everywhere. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's see. How do you make the medicine work with Twinkies? That's the point. That's the point. The question is, how do you make the medicine work with Twinkies? And I'm going to tell you this. Here's the answer to that question. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. So if you want to grow, if you want to get off the meds, if you want to get off the meds, whatever you want to do, whatever your plan is, if that's your growth plan, you can't be comfortable at the same time. So you can't have Twinkies. So Twinkies and medicine. How about we get rid of both of them and use your lifestyle as the medicine? Because that's what the true power is, folks. That's where I want to get. Try keto for 3 months, still bad. If you try keto for 3 months, hang out with me. My doctor reduced all my meds. That's it. That's it. Your doctor reduced, Patricia. The doctor reduced all your meds. I love it. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Yeah, 9.7 was it was. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put this stuff back up here. Let me put my little clappy things up here. I don't know where they went. Hold on. Oh, here they go. Sound effects. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Doctor reduced all of your meds, right? Because you went from a 9.7 to a 6.6. Still got some work to do, but man, that's amazing. That's amazing. Let's see. My morning. What is the right diet? A1C is a 9. We're gonna talk about that. The right diet is clean eating. It's just eating clean, whole, unprocessed foods, folks. We're gonna go through the whole thing today. Do me a favor, folks, and start putting the word A1C in the chat. Put the word A1C in the chat, because here's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna talk about what it means to be a diabetic, what it means to have all of these, what it means to have insulin resistant, what it means. And then the next thing I'm going to teach you is how to fix this thing, how to bring your A1C back to the normal range. How do you do it? What's the work that you're going to have to do? Because that's the only way that you're going to get rid of it. Do me a favor, put that A1C in the chat. Is best to monitor meals for 3 months and time? Is it best to monitor meals for 3 months at a time so it's not overwhelming to stay consistent? If you're measuring your meals every 3 months, what do you mean? Are you just saying I'm going to eat this way for 3 months and then change? Or are you saying like, I'm going to just, I don't know what you mean by that. Measuring your meals every 3 months. Is exercise supposed to be rigorous? No, it's called moderate intensive movement. That means if you're on a treadmill, that means that you can talk, but you can't sing. If you're on a treadmill and you can sing, that's not moderate intensive movement. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. Good morning. Shout out to you. We're getting ready to get onto the board. 4 breakfast eggs, 2 cup of broccoli, olive oil. Dino, that's a good breakfast, man. That's gonna keep your blood sugar nice and steady. Where did you get that shirt, man? Who knows, man? I got so many shirts, bro. I don't know. I've been having my shirt game's been for years, so I don't know. I'm currently a 6. What's the 14-day challenge? The 14-day, you currently at a 6. The 14-day challenge is for people who have gotten to the point where they can't remember the last time they felt energy just running through their body. It's a blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint, is if you've been on this blood sugar roller coaster for up and down, you can't get your blood sugar stable, it's high, it's low. If that's you, then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge because all the meals are designed for you. All of the meals are designed for you. All the recipes are designed for you. All you got to do is show up and do the work. And you do it again tomorrow. It's easy. Show up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. That's what people are coming in and giving their results. And hey, they go into the doctor and the doctor reduced their meds. So their doctor took them off of their meds. This is because they joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What meds were they taking off? Last week, someone was taking off their GLP-1s, their metformins, all of their medication. And then Patricia, she just said she didn't even join the challenge. She's just doing the work. She didn't even join the 14-day challenge, and she's just doing the work. And the doctor has reduced her meds. But if you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, your blood sugar will never look the same again. So that is what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is about. It is a blueprint that says if you follow it to the T, you go 100%, you go hard for 2 weeks. Your A1C is going to start to go down. Your blood sugar going down. It's a proven system. Same system I used. Here's what it is. Same system I used to go from this to this. Okay. Let me show you. Same system so you can get where I'm coming from. Then we're going to go to the board. Right here. Same system I used to go from this. Uh-oh. It's playing some funky music. Here we go. Right here. You see this guy right here? This is called obesity. This is called diabetes. This is called heart disease. Okay? That's what it's called. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. That's what it's called. 2 weeks before I took this picture, 2 weeks after I took this picture, sorry. 2 weeks after I took this picture is when I got my diagnosis, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, right? It was a great day, I must say. It was a fantastic day. Okay? A fantastic day when I got that, right? So that's it, folks. That is the blueprint. Now, this is a complete transformation. This is a complete transformation. That's not 2 weeks. This took a year to do this. But what I'm telling you is in 14 days, you can change the whole trajectory of your life in just 14 days. You can change literally the whole trajectory. Look, like Jazzy just, she's raising her hand. Jazzy's the one I'm talking about, who last week she came on and said the doctor took her off all of her meds. I'm telling you, I'm still blown by that story. Most amazing story I ever heard in my life. Doctor took her all of her meds. That's hanging out with me for 2 weeks. Not even just about hanging out with me. It's about her doing the work. That's what I'm most proud of. All right. What is the work? We're going to talk about it right now. Here it is. The work is having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, effective sleep. A peaceful mind, an active body, clean eating, effective sleep. That is the work. It's a formula. I'm going to break down this formula right now. So let's talk all things. Do me a favor, folks. Put A1C in the chat. Put all things A1C in the chat. We're going to talk about how to change this thing up, folks. Here we go. Class is in session. I'm going to get back to your questions when class is over. But right now, class is in session. The challenge is the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you're struggling with high blood sugar, if you've had that for many, many years, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. if you've been struggling with that. If you've been lying in bed at night wondering if diabetes is going to steal your future, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where it is a blueprint that says you follow this blueprint. It's all about the nutrition. We're just changing what you're eating for 14 days. You show up, you do the work, you do it again tomorrow. Telling you, your A1C is not going to look the same. Your A1C in just 2 weeks, you're like, well, doesn't it take 3 weeks? Yeah, I mean, 3 months, it does for the whole thing, the entire picture. But then the short term, whoo, you can do a whole lot. You can put a big dent in that A1C in a very short period of time. So that's what the challenge is about, folks. Do it. It works. There it is. Jazzy's right there. She did it last week. She came on and she said it. She came on and told her story. It was the most amazing story I ever heard in my life. I'm trying to get this. Hold on. I can't get it up there. I want to do the challenge. Here it is. Here's the challenge. If you want to do the challenge, we'll talk more about the challenge, right? Because everything is free on my page, but the challenge, that's the only thing that is not free. And that's not expensive. But there's a quiz, there's a master class, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But the challenge, folks, there's a very, very special discount code I'm using today. Today only, we're using this discount code, right? When it comes to the challenge. But the challenge, folks, it's going to change your life. I promise you. Here we go, folks. We're going to talk about all things. I like to do a little class. Here's what I do. I do a little class, give you guys all the information that you need. We're going to break down what A1C is. We're going to break it down. So if y'all want to do that challenge, you click that link in my bio. You click the link in my bio. Click right up here. Click again. I'm going to show y'all where it is, and then we go into the board. We're going to go to the board. Right here. Show y'all where it is. So click right up here, and then click on my picture again. The challenge is simple and easy. There it is, Jazzy. She's simple and easy. Right here. Here's all the stuff. Click that link right there. There's all the stuff, folks. There's the quiz. There's the master class. Quiz, master class, master class, absolutely free. Right? All you got to do is pay attention. That's all you got to do. And then there's all the goodies are here, folks. And then the challenge is right here. It's normally $99 to join this challenge. It normally is $99 to join this challenge. But today, we got a special discount code. And today's discount code is, oh yeah, sugar. That is today's discount code. It's a special discount code. Typically, this thing's $99. But today, use that discount code, sugar. You're joining the challenge for $69 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. $69 for changing the entire trajectory of your whole life. Okay, I promise you, that is what it's going to do. 14 days, There's a blueprint. It says if you follow this blueprint, you will get the results. Here it is. Here's the challenge, folks. That's it right there. What you get, what you expect, all of that. It is right there. But all we're doing is taking your nutrition and we're streamlining it. Same process that I put myself through, same process that all of my clients go through. Like, right, Jazzy, she just went through. She just did the 14 days. Now she's going to be ready to go beyond the challenge. She did the challenge, and then now she's going to be ready to go beyond the challenge. So when we go to beyond the challenge, that is a total transformation. Just like I told you, a total transformation. This is a total transformation, folks. A total transformation. That's going to take a little bit longer than 2 weeks. Okay? It's going to take a little bit longer than 2 weeks. But you can make a whole lot of, you can do a lot of damage in 14 days. Here we go, folks. Let's talk. That's it. That quiz, take a quiz, go register for the masterclass, folks. There's a lot of freebies on my page. There's a lot of freebies. There's a challenge. There's everything, folks. But right now, we're getting ready to dig into it. What I like to call a blood sugar shower. Taking a blood sugar shower, folks. Hemoglobin A1C. We're going to find out what this thing is first. We're going to find out what this thing is. Diabetes, insulin resistance. We're going to find out what it is, and then we're going to find out how to defeat it. That's next. So stick around, folks. We got some good stuff in store for you. So, okay. Hemoglobin A1C. Who's ever gone to the doctor, folks, and they've said you're anemic, or maybe your hemoglobin's a little bit too high, your A1C is a little bit, your hemoglobin is low maybe, or your A1C is high. Who's ever gone to the doctor and they've experienced that? Put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat, folks, if you've ever gone and experienced that. Put a me. Let's see. Put a me in the chat. Yeah, me. Yeah, me. Me. Yeah, me. Okay. Put a new in the chat, folks. Put a new in the chat if you are new to this live. If you've never seen me before, be like, who the heck is this dude? Okay. Put a new in the chat. Okay, yeah. All right, cool. A little bit about me, man. I am okay, we got some new folks. A lot of new. Okay, new. All right. I used to be in the Navy, and when I was in the Navy, they sent me up to be an instructor at the Naval Academy. And they taught me how to deliver messages in ways that leave little room for misinterpretation. So that's my style, folks. And when I teach, that's all I'm leaving little room for misinterpretation. So thank you for joining us. You've gone hemoglobin A1C. It's every time you breathe. Like, what the hell is it? What the hell is hemoglobin? Well, think of hemoglobin like this. Every time you breathe, hemoglobin comes into play because oxygen-rich blood needs to go through every cell of your body. Literally, every cell of your body, oxygen needs to flow through it. If you do not have enough of it, try holding your breath. Here's what you want to know what hemoglobin is? Try holding your breath and see how long you can hold it. Just go right now. See how long you can hold it. And then come back and let me know and put your number in. Like, time yourself and see how long you can hold it. The reason you can't hold it that long, maybe like 30, 45 seconds, is because you don't have enough oxygen-rich blood flowing through your body. So hemo means iron and oxygen. Iron and oxygen. Rich blood is flowing through every cell of your body. It's why if you don't have enough, it's why you're always tired, right? Globin is protein, meaning iron and oxygen is being carried through every cell of your body. 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Who can hold their breath for 6 minutes and 30 seconds? That is amazing. Why? That's amazing. All right, we'll say a minute. Most of the people say about 45 seconds, a minute. Like, if they really tried, they could go like a minute. And at the end, they'll be like, oh, whew. That's what hemoglobin is. So just think about that. It's basically your life, basically. The oxygen that you breathe. That's what it is. Okay, so the word A1C is how much sugar was stuck to your life force over the past 3 months. How much sugar was actually stuck to that hemoglobin over the past 3 months? How much sugar was stuck to it? Keyword is stuck. Like, what do you mean by stuck, Kelly? Well, I mean this. I mean, if you've ever taken a Jolly Rancher and you're putting a Jolly Rancher on your hand, you put a Jolly Rancher there, like some Jolly Ranchers. Ugh. You put a Jolly Rancher there, it's some nasty stuff. It gets real sticky. Real sticky. And when it gets real sticky, it's annoying. You don't like it. You got to go wash your hands. Am I right? So imagine that being stuck, that sticky stuff being stuck to every cell of your body. Every cell inside of your body, all the stuff beneath the surface has just a bunch of sticky stuff stuck to it. It's like real nasty. So that, folks, is what it means. That is what your hemoglobin A1C is. It is an indication over the past 3 months, the big picture of how much sugar has basically been damaging. Sugar is very damaging. How much sugar has damaged your life, basically, your hemoglobin? How much sugar has infected it? And that number is indicated by a percent. That number goes anywhere between about 4 and 30. That can go lower than 4, higher than 30 in some cases, but generally it's anywhere between 4 and 30. So if your A1C is at a 10, if your A1C is at 11, 12, that's a percent. So 10%, you have 10% sugar was stuck to your hemoglobin. If you're at a 15, 15% sugar was stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. And it's caused it's caused you to age quicker. It's caused those cells to age quicker than what they should. So as a result, if you have a high A1C, it simply means that you're aging quicker. The higher your A1C, it means the older you're getting, the faster you're aging. Okay, hope that's making sense. Let me get another marker because my marker's going out. I gotta get a blue marker. All right, let me throw this one away. New blue marker. So that's a percent. So, okay, who can tell me what happens when you go to the doctor? We're talking about going to the doctor, right? Getting our checkup. We go to our doctor, we get our checkup, and our number comes back between, our percentage of sugar comes back between 5.7 and 6.4. What does that mean, folks? Who can tell me what that means when our percentage of sugar comes back between a 5.7 and a 6.4? Who can tell me? Pre-diabetic. Yeah, pre-diabetic. Yeah, good. 5% sugar stuck. Okay. Pre-diabetic. Yeah, that's what most people are saying. Pre-diabetic. Okay. And that is the correct answer. Pre-diabetic. But what does that mean, though? Who can tell me what a pre-diabetic means? What does it mean to be a pre-diabetic? Do you really know what it means to be a pre-diabetic? Who can tell me what that means? Throw it in the chat. You can say, okay, you say you're a pre-diabetic, but what does that mean? Like, if you're like a 3-year-old, if a 3-year-old is like, hey, you explain to a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old that you're a pre-diabetic, like, what would you say? What does it mean to be a pre-diabetic? What about a 5 to 9? We're coming with all, we're going to cover them all. Okay, no guess. My son is a pre-diabetic. It's a 5.2 now. Okay, pre-diabetic, eating the wrong things, not getting enough sleep and exercise. That I need to make changes. Ooh, that I need to make changes. Ooh, that's it. That's it. So here's what it means to be a pre-diabetic, folks. Last question. Who can tell me what the most important hormone is in the body? It's the last question for now. See, it's an interactive game, folks. It's a game we got to play. Your class is in session, but it's a class for adults. This is adult We're back. We're beyond college now. This is life lessons. Who can tell me what the most important hormone is in the body? Can you tell me? I heard something about type 1 in there. Yup. What's the most important? Is it glucagon? Is it testosterone? Is it estrogen? Is it what is it? Cortisol? Is it right? I see a lot of folks saying cortisol. Is it cortisol? Is it cortisol? Cortisol going once? Is that the consensus? Cortisol going 3. Oh, another cortisol. More cortisols. More cortisol. Most important hormone in the body. Cortisol. Okay, everybody's saying cortisol. Okay, somebody said no. Michelle said no clue. Okay, cool. Cool. So this is what it means to be a pre-diabetic, folks. It means that you are becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. And the most important hormone in the body, cortisol, yeah, it gets an honorable mention. It's like the runner-up. But the most important hormone in your body is insulin. Hands down, without question, the king of kings, the Mike Tyson, okay? The Mike Tyson of hormones is insulin. Why? It's because it's so important. If you do not have it, you will not survive. If you don't believe me, ask someone who's a type 1 diabetic. Type 1 diabetic has to have insulin dependent for the rest of their life. They have to be insulin dependent for the rest of their life. You're like, well, what does it mean to be insulin dependent for the rest of your life? Because if you don't have it, you won't survive. That's how important a hormone is, folks. You can survive without cortisol. Your life will suck, okay? You can survive without estrogen. You can survive without testosterone. Your quality of life will suck. Yeah, it will. Your quality of life's gonna be terrible, but you'll still be around. You'll still be around. But if you don't have insulin, you won't be around. So that's what I'm saying, folks. This number is an indicator of how insulin resistant you are becoming, how resistant you are becoming to the most important hormone in the body. Okay, so that's what it means to be a pre-diabetic. It means that you're already sick. It means you're already sick when you become. It means you're already insulin resistant. It means you've already become resistant to the most important hormone in the body. It just means that it hasn't got the resistance hasn't gotten bad yet. That's all it means. It can take as little as 2 weeks. Money, real estate, 14 days. It can take as little as that to drastically affect your A1C. But that's it, folks. It means you're already becoming sick. It means you're already sick. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. That's all it means. That's what it means to be a pre-diabetic. That's the definition that you would give to a little kid. Like if a 3-year-old asks you what was pre-diabetic is, it will say, I'm already sick. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. Who can tell me what does it mean? Who can tell me what it means when your A1C gets to a 6.5 or higher? Just like it did for me, right? When my A1C got to a 6.5, folks, when my A1C got to a 6.5, when I took this picture, I got to a 6.5, here it is, 6.5. You want to know what happened next? When I got that diagnosis of a 6.5, what did the doctor tell me? What did the doctor tell me at that point? Who can tell me? You're diabetic. You're type 2 at that point. Type 2 diabetes. You're type 2. Same thing that I got. You want to know? That's right, folks. Because when I went, shout out to y'all. Because when I went to the doctor, that's exactly what he told me. Okay? This is exactly what he told me. You guys are spot on. Diabetes. You're like, oh, okay, well, diabetes. What does that mean? Well, it means, like I told you before, it means that you are becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. So the higher the percent, so we start getting into the 7s, the 8, the 9, the 10, the 11s, the 12, the 13s, the 14s, the 15s, the 16s, the 17s, 18s, 19s. that means that the stakes are increasing. The higher that percentage is, the higher the percentage of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin, the stakes are increasing. Because the higher the percent is, the faster you're checking out of here. The faster you're aging, or the faster you got a date with the Grim Reaper, is the way that I say it. Like, hey, Grim Reaper and we're here. He was like, well, why you say that, Kelley? Why you say that? Well, here's why I say that. Two things. Hemoglobin A1C, let's break it down. It means that, number one, you're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. The higher the number, that cannot be good. Your A1C is how much sugar, the sticky stuff, has been stuck to your life, basically. Remember the little game we did earlier about hemoglobin, like hold your breath and all that stuff? Remember that game we did? Hold your breath. See how long you can hold your breath? Well, see how long, and it wasn't long, right? See how long it can take for this sugar, that sticky stuff, like I told you, it's real nasty and sticky. Imagine it just being caked, like sugar just caked all over your cells. All of that cake is literally choking the life out of you. That's literally what the sugar is doing. It is why people leave here 20 years too soon. Because the sugar literally, and it's not figuratively, it's literally, that's what's happening, like literally, in big letters. The sugar is literally choking the life out of you. That's why my sister passed away at the age of 55 years old 2 years ago. Because she had diabetes for like 20 years. And so she had so much sugar attached to her hemoglobin that my sister passed away at the age of 55 years old in her sleep 2 years ago. Here's where you want the number. 4.9, 5.3. That's the ideal number. That's what we're going to shoot for, folks. That's what we're going to shoot for. So if you ever want to get this number back to the ideal range, if you ever want to, extend your life, I'm talking about by years. You've heard the stories. Like I said, you've heard the stories. It's not something I'm just saying that this person passed away, this person because of complications from diabetes. Like, you've heard the stories. This is not just like a one-off story I just told you about my sister. You heard the stories. The question is, how do you get it back to this ideal range? That, folks, is where you can flip the whole script. That's what we're going to talk about next, how to fix this thing. But I just want to make sure that you understand what it means if you play around with this number. You can get this number back to the ideal range. Like I said, in as little as 14 days, you can change the whole trajectory of your life. Literally, I'm not even joking. I'm not playing. This is real stuff, folks. So if this is making sense to y'all, folks, I want y'all to put a health yes in the chat. If this is making sense, if you now understand what it means to be a diabetic, to have insulin resistance, to have high blood sugar and all that stuff, and the ideal number that we need to get to, put a health yes in the chat. Put a health yes in the chat, and we're going to talk about how to fix this thing next. It's called taking a blood sugar shower. Okay? A blood sugar shower. That's what we're going to do. Let me see if this is making sense to y'all, folks. All right, health, yes. How. The how is next. The how is next. You got to understand the what first. 14 days is a short commitment to turn your life around. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm going to tell y'all what the work is next. Yeah, it's making sense to y'all. You can join that if you want, most of you. Okay. You put that Moki up against my 14-day challenge, we're going to knock it out of the park. Oh, here we go. I'm about to tell y'all right now. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Monkey. Here it is, folks. Here it is. I'm going to tell you how it is. Click that link, folks. Click on my picture again, and you're going to come to this right here. Click this link right here, and I'm going to show you. I'm showing you where all the goodies are. Here it is. I'm pointing you in the right direction. Point you in the right direction. First thing you got to do, it's like Disney World for a diabetic. First thing you got to do is take the quiz. It is a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Like, how have you been managing this number? You've been doing a great job managing this number, or you've been messing around for a little bit? That's what the 2-minute quiz is all about, right? It's called the ant or the grasshopper. You're going to be on team ant or you're going to be on team grasshopper. Trust me, you want to be on team ant, okay? That's the quiz. We got the master class right here. It's a free master class, 45 minutes, free master class, right? That's everything that you're going to learn. What you're going to learn? You're going to learn the 4-part philosophy of maintaining your pace. We're going to talk about how to fix it right now, but maintaining your pace, this is how you fix it. This is the work that you're going to have to do. You're going to have a peaceful mind. I'm going to tell you how to do that. You're going to have an active body. I'm going to teach you how to do that. You're going to gotta have clean eating. I'm going to teach you how to do that. And then effective sleep. I'm going to teach you how to do that. All right, so that's it. That's absolutely free. And then there's the PDF, and then finally the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. What is it? It is a blueprint. All of the meals are designed for you. Everything's designed for you. Of course, there's options on there, but everything's designed for you. It is a blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint for 14 days, if you're struggling with high blood sugar, if you're exhausted by just sticking your finger, if that's you, and then you wake up in the morning like, I don't want to check my blood sugar. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Now, it's normally $99 to join this challenge. But today, we got a special running today. You use that discount code, SUGAR. That is today's discount code. You are joining the challenge for $69 today to join the challenge. The live discount code. We don't do it $69 very often, but $69 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where you're going to get a blueprint. Here's everything you get, all that stuff. You're going to get a blueprint that says, if you do this work, here's the work. It's the blueprint. You've got the power in your hands. Now you got to do the work. That's it. People are asking, what's the work? That's the work. That's part of the work. That's not the only part of the work. That's step number 1 of the work. Use that discount code SUGAR. You're joining the challenge where we're going to take a blood sugar shower. We're going to talk about how to get this thing to the ideal range. So that's next, folks. Let me see if y'all got any questions, and then we're going to dive deep into the fix next. So $69 to join that challenge, folks, where you're 2 weeks, you give me 2 weeks, I promise you, your life will not be the same. Ever. 2 weeks, your life will never be the same, I promise you. You can call it 14 days. People are like, 14 days, that's the biggest bunch of baloney I ever heard of, Kelley. 14 days. Yeah, 14 days. 14 days. Not only am I saying it, there's proof of it. Jazzy was just on here last week and she told her story. She's on here today. She's on here today. She's sharing her story. So 14 days, she went from an 8 to a 6. A1C, hemoglobin A1C. And she's not the only one. Stephen went from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. Why? It's because they took a blood sugar shower. That's why. That's why. Every day they're taking this blood sugar shower. Every day, every day, every day. You do that for 14 days in a row. You look back and your blood sugar, you're like, what the hell have I been doing the last 14 years? Okay, Pebbles, if you believe that, Pebbles, that diabetes is going to be forever, right? If you wake up every morning wondering if diabetes is going to steal your future, no. Type 2 diabetes can be reversed. It's been countless studies. I'm proof of it. Hell, not even forget about the studies. Look, I'm forget about the damn studies. Forget about it. That was diabetes, that was heart disease, that was obesity. So no, yeah. I'm not able to find the channel. Somebody said do it again. Here we go. I got you. And then we're gonna get to that fix right now. Here it is. Look, click here and then click on my picture again. So click here, follow along with me, click here, and then click on my picture again. And when you do that, you're going to come to this screen. So you click it here, click on my picture again, and then when you come to that, you're going to come right here. You see that? Click that link that says link tree. You click on that link that says link tree, boom, there it is. There it is. That orange one right there. That is the challenge. That's all the other stuff, the quiz, the master class, but that orange one, 14-day challenge is right there. There it is. You click it, it says 99 bucks. But if you use that discount code, sugar, use that discount code sugar. Here's what you get, all that stuff. It's a blueprint, it's what you get. It's a blueprint. We're just changing. Same food you eat every day. Of course, we're taking out the processed foods. Of course, we know that no processed foods, okay, folks, okay? All we're doing is it's simple. All we're doing is just changing the order in which you eat your food. That's it. Just change the order. Same food you still eat, the real food, just change the order and watch what happens, okay? And as little as 14 days. That's what the challenge is about. That's what the blueprint is. Use that discount code sugar. You're joining the challenge for $69 today. Like I said, we don't do 69 too often. Okay, Bill DeFranchi. Believe that. You can believe that. The proof is in the pudding, though. Have to watch what you eat. Can you drop your A1C levels fast? You can. I said in as little as 14 days. Here's how. Let's talk about how. A lot of people asking how you do that. Yes, built the franchise. Like we talked about it, you must be just joining us. But yes, we said the A1C is the overall picture for 3 months. But if you do the work every single day, you're regenerating new hemoglobin every single day. And when those new hemoglobin are coming in, you don't want them to be filled with sugar like they were before. So yeah, in 2 weeks, you do that day in and day out. 2 weeks, you're going to put a big dent in your A1C, okay? A big dent. Now you want to put a really big dent in it, you go the entire 3 months. Yeah. So yes, 14 days, you can put a big dent in your A1C. It's facts, folks. It is facts. I'm going to tell you how to put a big dent in it right now, okay? Here's what we're going to shoot for. The ideal range, remember that? 4.9, 5.3. We're talking about how to bring this thing down. How do you put a big dent in as little as 14 days? Here it is. Check it out. Did you guys, by the way, did you guys go register for the quiz, folks? Go register for the quiz. Go register for this masterclass. This masterclass is the one that I was saying that's absolutely free. All you got to do is pay attention in this masterclass. To get rid of diabetes, folks, talking about type 2 diabetes, just like I did, just like countless other people have done. This is not new information. This information has been around for many years. It's been staring us right in the dang on face. Let me close this. This information has been around for many years, staring us right in the face, folks. And it's called lifestyle medicine. This is the meds that I can't prescribe to you. This is the meds that the doctor can't prescribe to you. The only person that can prescribe you these medications is you. You're the only one on this planet that can prescribe yourself this medication. And it's the most neglected form of healing that there is. And it's called, again, lifestyle medicine. So I believe that it should always be lifestyle first, medication second. If you cannot fix it with the diet, if you cannot fix it with the lifestyle, the diet and lifestyle, then okay, we can talk about the meds. Okay, then we can talk about the glipicides and the GLP-1s and all that other stuff. Whatever ones that you want to name. There's so many names that we don't even know all the names. We can't even pronounce it. It's like, what's the name of that medication? Exactly. But if you prescribe yourself these medications and you take yourself what's called a blood sugar shower, I said every day your hemoglobin are regenerating themselves. And if you give it what it needs every day, and in as little as 14 days, your A1C you'll see a big dent in your A1C. Here it is. The first part of the formula is if you ever wanted to get your life back, if you ever wanted to wake up with your blood sugar under 100, if you ever wanted to do that, if that was you, if you say, man, I want my blood sugar to, every day, I wanted to wake up and I want my blood sugar to be under 100, about 80, 90. I want my blood sugar to be 80, 90 every morning. Raise your hand and put a me in the chat. If that's where you want your blood sugar every morning, between the 80 and the 90, somewhere around there, put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat. If you ever wanted to wake up with your blood sugar between the 80 and the 90, put a me in the chat. Yep, got some me, 89. All right, me, please. Type 1 diabetes info. This is more so for type 2 diabetes, folks. Me, I'm 5.3, but type 1s as well. It's about diabetes as well. This is more so about insulin resistance, but it's also about blood sugar. So type 1, stick around, man. We got something for you. We got all the information we need. All right, yay, okay. Let's see, a lot of people said me. Now, if you ever wanted to do that, this is the very first thing that you got to do. You got to maintain your daggone pace. Peaceful mind, very first thing that you got to do to get your A1C back to this normal range, to get your blood sugar between the 80 and the 90. Peaceful mind. We talked about those hormones earlier. Cortisol, super important hormone. It's your fight or flight response. If you do not have your cortisol under control, if you're always stressed out, your diabetes will not go anywhere. Your A1C will not move. You'll be like, man, it won't move. It won't budge. I've been eating right. I've been doing this, but my A1C won't budge. Could be because you're always stressed out. And that's called a fight or flight response. Causes a fight or flight response. It feels like you're fighting a bear all the time, but the bear is nowhere in sight. So with that being said, if you're always stressed, now your body will always release cortisol. And when you release cortisol all the time, check it out. Cortisol, and then adrenaline gets released when you're stressed. Cortisol and adrenaline. And then blood sugar gets released. Why does blood sugar get released? Well, it's because you got to have energy to fight the bear, don't you? You got to have some energy to fight off the bear. So that's why, folks, stress, got to get it under control. And who knows what happens when we have excess blood sugar? When we have excess blood sugar, what happens? Oh, where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So that's it, folks. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So if you're always stressed out, your diabetes ain't going to go anywhere. Your A1C is not going to go down. That weight that you're trying to lose, it's not going to go anywhere. You're just going to be like, why can't I lose the weight? I'm stuck. Well, it's because your cortisol is whacked out. How do we get our cortisol? How do we get our cortisol good? Very first thing that you can do is when you wake up in the morning, go out into the sun. Go out into the sun and let 5 or 10 minutes to stay out in the sun for 5 or 10 minutes. What that's going to do is going to cause your cortisol to come up naturally. And then we're going to smooth out throughout the rest of the day. The rest is up to you, but it's called the 3 M's. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Those are the 3 M's, folks. You master the 3 M's, you start having a peaceful mind. You're going to notice your numbers are starting to go back down. Isn't it crazy? I told you, folks, this is the work that you're going to have to do. This is the medication that you're going to have to prescribe to yourself. The A, now the A is the most neglected one. The A is the one that people are like, oh, hell no, bro. Hell no, bro. Active body? No. Yeah, these meds work the best. Twana. It's called lifestyle medicine. Maintaining your pace works better than metformin. Active body. 30 minutes a day. Somebody asked earlier, what kind of active body? This is what you got to prescribe to yourself. This is the work you're going to have to do. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement, folks. You're like, well, what the hell is moderate intensive movement, Kelley? Well, moderate intensive movement is if you're on a treadmill, it means that you can talk, but you cannot sing. That's what moderate intensive. That's the simplest way to say it. You can talk, but you cannot sing. If you're on a treadmill, you can sing. Oh, like you're an opera singer or something. That means you ain't pushing. That means you're not maintaining your pace. You're not maintaining it. Why is exercise so important, or activity? Not even exercise, just activity. Why is activity so important if you're suffering from insulin resistance, diabetes, all of that stuff? Why it's so important is because muscles are hungry. Muscles are hungry for the same stuff that you've got too much of. It's kind of like Pac-Man. Think of your blood sugar like Pac-Man. Think of your blood sugar being the little dots that he eats, and Pac-Man is the muscle. Okay? Eating Pac-Man. Okay? That's what happens when you move your body. Your muscles will soak up all of that glucose. They'll eat it up. They love it. Like they love it. Because muscles are hungry. They're hungry for blood sugar. They're like freaking vampires. Soak it all up. So that is why they tell you to go for a walk after you finish eating. Go figure. Why do you go for a walk? Oh yeah, because muscles are hungry. Why do I go for a jog or go hit the whatever? Go be active. Go play with your dog. Move your body. It's about moving your body. The reason that they tell you to do that is because the medical professionals and the health coaches like me and the nutritionists like me, they know that muscles are hungry. We know that. So that's why we tell you to go do it. That's it, folks. That is the A, having an active body. Am I telling you to go out and be a bodybuilder? Am I telling you to go out and be a world-class athlete? No, not telling you to do that. But I am telling you to go out and be active. Human beings were designed to move. Been part of our prescription for 1 million years. When human beings were created, there was no Netflix, folks. There was no Amazon Prime. There was no Amazon Prime. There was no you order something and you get it the next day. Okay? They had to go move to get places. That's what you got to do, folks. That's what you're designed to do. You're designed to move. You're not designed to be a couch potato with Cheeto dust hanging out your belly button, like I was. You're not designed to be having Cheeto dust hanging out your belly button, folks. Look at that. Cheeto dust. It's probably in my belly button. Look. That's probably why I was covering it up, because I know it had Cheeto dust there. Look. Cheeto dust. We're not designed to do that, folks. That's why my body looked like that. Active body. The C stands for the most controversial topic that there is. And it's clean eating. Now, there ain't nothing more controversial than this topic right here. Only thing more controversial than this is politics. Only thing more controversial than nutrition is politics. Don't believe me? Go. I didn't realize until I became a nutritionist, until I became a health coach. I'm like, wow. People go crazy about what they eat. It's because it's so deeply personal. It's deeply personal. Because that's the food that I grew up eating. Oh, my mom didn't make it this way, so blah, 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 blah. Grandma made it that way. Whether it's pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie. You prefer pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie, right? Which one? See, I'm going to tell you how controversial this is. Watch this. I'm going to prove it. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? Throw it in the chat, folks. Pumpkin or sweet potato, folks? Let me tell you how controversial eating is. Pumpkin, sweet potato, sweet potato. Somebody said both. Pumpkin, sweet potato. Okay? Sweet potato, sweet potato. Which one is it? We like neck and neck right now. Pumpkin, neither. Sweet potatoes, sweet, no pie, sweet, both. Sweet. All right, I think the sweet's winning right now. I think the sweet is winning. Sweet, yeah, sweet is taking it. No pie, okay. All right, Anne-Marie, play along, Anne-Marie. Come on now. But anyhow, I say all that to say, hate pumpkin, love sweet potato. Pumpkin, there it is. You see how controversial that is, folks? Do you know what kind of an argument or disagreement that if someone like pumpkin pie and you like sweet potato pie, do you understand what would happen? And if you guys got into a debate about it, it wouldn't be good stuff. So very, very controversial. So here's what I recommend. Eat clean, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Clean, real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. What does that mean, Kelley? Well, it means that it's something that was grown from a branch, something that, you know what I'm saying, came that had roots, or something that once had dirt on it. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, beans, leaner sources of protein, like whatever protein sources you choose. Like I said, I don't tell people what protein source to eat anymore. I used to tell people, like, eat this protein source, not that one. So now I just say, listen, do this. Okay? I don't get into the whole debate anymore. It's controversial, I'm telling you. So leaner sources of protein: chicken, turkey, fish, eggs, tofu, tempeh. Right, like I said, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, beans, leaner sources of protein like chicken, turkey, salmon, eggs, tofu, tempeh. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, legumes, beans. Those are beans. Yeah, legumes. Eat a diet filled with predominantly whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Are you saying you got to be perfect? No, you got to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. But it's about what you do most of the time that matters the most. It's about what you do most of the time that matters the most. Clean eating. We're going to talk more about clean eating coming up because that's next. Clean eating is next, and that's in hour number 2. Don't worry. So I'm going to fly through clean eating, but I'm telling you, woo, clean eating, we're going to come back to it, and I'm going to give you my version of clean eating, what I recommend for clean eating. All right, here we go, folks. And then the E stands for effective sleep. Effective sleep, folks. That's it. What the hell does effective sleep mean? Well, 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep. If you do not have 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep, you will suffer the very next day because sleep is that important. It's that important. It's the one that people take for granted the most because we want to stay up for the sake of entertainment. And I get it. Of course, we want to stay up and watch the game. We want to stay up and watch the fight. We want to stay up to like the Dallas Cowboy game the other night. You know what I mean? It went to 45 overtimes or something. And the people were still in the stands like, raw, knowing they had to go to work the next day. Like, raw. You see, look, we will sacrifice sleep for the sake of entertainment. I was going to do the same. I was at the game the other day, a couple weeks ago, the Bucks game. If the game would have went to overtime, it was a Monday night game. I would have stayed there the whole time. But 6 to 9 hours, if you do not get it, you will throw off everything. Like your master control system is thrown off, basically. So you're not going to be able to heal. You're not going to be able to have a clear head. The very next day, you're going to wake up even more insulin resistant because the lack of sleep is a stressor. The very next day, you're going to be hungry. You're going to go raid the fridge the very next day. Like, oh, yeah, I'm hungry. That's effective sleep, folks. It's when your brain needs the most. When you sleep, well, guess what? All the blood, when you go to sleep at night, most of the blood goes to your brain to restore it so that you can wake up the next day feeling perky, recharged. If you don't get that, you're going to be grumpy. You're going to be because you couldn't recover. So that's a stressor. And that stressor, check it out. It's a domino effect. It causes a domino effect. Now, you're not getting effective sleep. Now, that's a stressor. Now you trigger the peaceful mind. Now the peaceful mind's out the window. Now the peaceful mind is out the window. Now, remember what we said when you get stressed? Your body releases adrenaline. Your body releases cortisol. Your body releases stored blood sugar because it thinks you're getting ready to get into a fight. And then finally, where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So if you're already insulin resistant, just by the lack of sleep, you just triggered a whole domino effect. You could be working out like I'm working out 30, like he said, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. I'm moving my body 30 minutes a day. I'm boxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the gym with Mike. I'm doing all of that. I'm eating clean. I'm eating whole unprocessed foods as much as I possibly can. But yet I'm still not losing the weight. But yet my blood sugar still ain't moving. Why is my A1C not at the ideal range, Kelley? Why is my A1C not at a 4.9 to a 5.3? Well, it's because it's a whole domino effect. I'm going to put it over on this side. It's a domino effect. All of these things can cancel each other out. That's why. It's a big circle. See what I did there? Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. That's called maintaining your pace. Only way you're gonna get off of these, get off of these glyphosides and all that other stuff people name. What do I think about that? How do I feel about this? And the question is, that's not how I feel about it. How do you feel about it? I feel that, if you ask me, I know that it should be always lifestyle first, medication second. I already know that. So when I know that, all I got to do is just keep on maintaining my pace, having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, effective sleep. And then one that gets an honorable mention, check this out. One that gets an honorable mention, because I know folks are going to ask, what about alcohol? All right. It's a part of the formula too, but it gets honorable mention. It's called substance abuse. Okay? Substance abuse, things like, of course, alcohol. Okay? If you drink alcohol and you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, I'm trying to tell you that that's not your friend. Alcohol is not your friend if you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks. It isn't. It's not really anybody's friend, but it's definitely not your friend if you're suffering from insulin resistance. It's like, well, what about one here, there, and everywhere? Just know that you can have that. You can have alcohol. It's totally your choice. Just know that it is not your friend. It's your enemy. You ever watch Blade 2? When he says, when he's fighting those like crazy looking creatures, and the guy says, is the enemy of my enemy my friend or my enemy? Alcohol is your enemy. If you're suffering from insulin resistance. Steroids can cause you to be more insulin resistant as well, right? Anything natural for neuropathy? Yeah, vitamin B1. I recommend vitamin B1, benfotiamine. That would be my advice to you. Benfotiamine for neuropathy. But basically, you're going to have to do the work. This is the work you're going to have to do to folks. This is the work that you're going to have to do. See, when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, this takes change. When the pain of staying the same, you might be at the point right now where you're like, diabetes is not really that affecting my life that much. It's not really affecting my life. So I have no reason to move. I have no reason. I have no reason to move. But for those people who are at the point, some people are at a different point. Some people are like, when the pain of standing still hurts, when the pain of staying the same hurts more than it does to move, that's your cue to move. When standing still hurts more than stepping forward, that's your cue to move. Get out, go move. Here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to move. You're going to have to get up off of that couch, and you're going to have to get up, and you're going to have to maintain your pace. That is the only way that you're going to get your number back down to the ideal range. So this 4.9 or 5.3 is a big old circle. How do you just keep going? I got to maintain my pace every day. Maintain my pace. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. You do that, folks, it will go away. Your number will come back into the ideal range, especially when you dial in the C. When you dial in the C, all the other ones are important. They're all important. But when you dial in that C, and you can do it as little as 14 days, you hang out with me in that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If your A1C is climbing, then the 14-day challenge brings it down. Here it is, folks. And we're about to get to your questions right now. But I want to know if this is making sense to y'all, what you got to do. I want y'all to put a health yes in the chat if this is making sense to you on what you got to do now to get your number back to the ideal range, to escape the matrix, to take a blood sugar shower. Put a health yes if you know exactly what you got to do now. What the work is. People say, well, what's the work? This is the work. This is the only only person that can prescribe it is you. That's it. Health yes. There we go. Put a health yes in the chat if it's making sense to you on what the hell it is that you got to do. Because people always ask me, well, what's the work, Kelley? What I got to do? Just get to it. Okay, you want me to get to it? Here it is. People are like, well, Kelley, I got to go to work. Tell me what I got to do. Okay, this right here, maintain your pace. Here it is. You just got to show up. You got to do the work, and you do it again tomorrow. That's it. That's the shortcut. Click right here. I want y'all to take this quiz, folks. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. 2-minute quiz right here. Same thing over here as well. If you click that link in my description, there's a link there. And that very first link is going to see something that looks like this, folks. Here it is. Both cameras. Go take the quiz, free quiz, the master class. Go register for that master class. Where I break down this whole formula, peaceful mind, I give you tactics, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. I'm giving you tactics in each of these areas. These are the tools that you need. These are the lifestyle medicine tools that you need. But you just need to do the work, show up and do the work. But the blueprint, all the stuff's there. Right? Here's the 45 minutes, absolutely free. All you got to do is pay attention. There's a PDF right here, folks. There's a PDF. All that stuff. But for my people who are ready for serious change, you've gotten to the point, like I said earlier, where you're not messing around anymore, man. You've gotten to the point where it's about action right now. Like, I played around with this thing for too many years. I know that I should be getting up doing it. I know that I know that I could get up and do it. I know that I should change. I know that I should change. And I know that I will change. Right now. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It's 14 days. It is a blueprint. We're taking that clean eating and we're going to dial in your eating. If we're eating real food, people are like, well, what are we eating? Real food, okay? We're eating real food, folks. Here it is. Real food. That's what we're eating. And what others are saying. Right? You've heard what the people are saying. The people are coming on here now and they're telling their story of their experience in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is a challenge, folks. I called it a challenge for a reason. Because it will challenge the hell out of you. Okay? It's simple. Yes, it's simple. But it will challenge the hell out of you. Like little Mac right here was challenging Mike Tyson for the throne. Okay? He was challenging Mike for his belt. That's why this is called a challenge, folks. Is it simple? Yeah, it's simple. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It's simple though, but it ain't easy. But if you do this, you get through these 14 days and you're going to come out the other side. I'm telling you, because everything that you want and don't have is literally on the other side of something hard. It's literally on the other side. It's literally outside of your comfort zone. All we're doing is changing what you're eating, folks. We're not doing stress management. We're not doing activity levels in this 2 weeks. We're not talking about sleeping in this 2 weeks. We're just focusing on your eating for 14 days. And you'll watch the magic. That's it, folks. Use that discount code SUGAR. You join the challenge for today, $69. Like someone just joined the challenge. Shout out to them for joining the challenge. Shout out to them for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? Check your email. Check your email. You're going to get a text message a little bit later. As soon as we get off live, I'm going to send you a personal text message. But check your email. Everything's there. Everything's there. Log into your portal and let's go. So that's it, folks. Is there any questions on what you got to do here? On what you got to do? We got clean eating. We got all that stuff. Effective sleep, everything. For those who want to join that 14-day challenge, blood sugar, the reset, the code today is SUGAR. $69 to join the challenge. Clean eating. We're gonna dial it in. That's it. That's what we're doing, folks. I'm sorry, John can't find the challenge. You just joined in. I'm gonna show you where the challenge is right here. Here's where the challenge. It's linked in my bio right here. Click right here. Click on my picture again. You're going to come to right here. So if you follow along, click right here. Click on my picture again. It's right here. Right here. Yep, $69 during the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Yep, right here. There it is. 14 days, 42 meals. Of course, everything's all mapped out for you. All you got to do is just follow the blueprint. That's all it is. That's all we're doing, folks. Dial it in. Use that discount code SUGAR. Hold up, let me see something over here. Give me a second. I'm going to put one of my banners up over here. Yeah. If one is vegetarian, how can one avoid sugars? What do you mean? If one is vegetarian, how can one avoid sugars? It doesn't matter if you're vegetarian or whatever it is. You're vegetarian, vegan, carnivore, whatever. You don't have the name of the diet is not that's not it. You know what I mean? The diet is not it. No. Let me see. Let me get back to these questions. Health, yes. All right, cool. My daughter just diagnosed with type 1. Oh, man. How old is your daughter? Let me see. My daughter diagnosed with type 1 with A1C of 10. And my just diagnosed with and is picky eater, refused most of her meals. Hey, man, type 1 diabetes is a very, very serious condition. Like, have your daughter take that very, very serious because insulin is the most important hormone in the body. It's a very, very serious condition. I'll try it starting now. Yeah. If you've got here's who the challenge is for. If it hurts to watch other people live freely, while you feel trapped by your meds and all of this blood sugar and all of that stuff, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code SUGAR. You're joining the challenge today for $69 to join the challenge. Right? I'll try it starting now. Okay, cabbage. Take a leaf and burn. Don't plastic. You are digesting plastic. Donor. Eat fruit, seeds. All right, that's a lot of advice there, my good sir. I'm sorry, I just joined in. Can I find your challenge? Yeah, that's where it is. It's linked in my bio. There it is. Okay, so that's it. So no questions on the work that you got to do, folks. All right, fruits and grains turn to sugar. So how can I avoid that? Well, that's what we're going to talk about right now. The clean eating plate. Everything turns to sugar in your body, to be honest with you. But how quickly does it turn to sugar? That is what we're going to uncover right now when it comes to this clean eating. It's Q&A time, folks. So whatever questions you got, man, throw them in the chat right now. If I missed a question earlier, if you had a question earlier and I missed it, sorry about that. You know, when I get to the board, sometimes I can't get to you. But let's go to Q&A. Any questions that you got, man. But if y'all don't have any questions, I'm gonna tell you, like I said before, it's the work that you're gonna have to do. Okay, on to the next topic then. No questions. We're gonna talk now about clean eating. Let me break this down. Clean eating. Do me a favor, folks. We're gonna take like a 1-minute intermission because I've been talking for like an hour. Okay. We're gonna take a 1-minute intermission and then give me a second. We'll be back in 1 minute. Don't go anywhere, folks. Don't go anywhere. If that's you, folks, yeah, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is for you. Use that discount code SUGAR. Let me make sure. Okay. All right. Any questions, folks? Any questions? All right. Let's see. Discount code is SUGAR. Yeah. What do you recommend for a smoothie? I recommend if you do a smoothie, you got to put some clothing on your smoothie. Never wake up and just eat a fruit smoothie. A fruit, put some clothing on it. What's that? Like I said before, some veggies, some proteins and fats. Avocados, throw an avocado in there, throw some single ingredient peanut butter, almond butter, throw you some protein powder in there. Something to slow down that spike from all the sugar that you're getting from the fruit. All right. Yep. I'm serious. Yeah. Okay. Great. I'm great. What should blood sugar be? I have a 135. It should be below 100. Should be below 100. Ideally, that's where you want it. You want it to be below 100. When you officially got off the roller coaster, when you wake up every day and your blood sugar is below 100, that means that you're officially off of the roller coaster. All right. If it hasn't gotten there yet, it still needs some work, but it'll get there. It'll get there. You just got to keep maintaining your pace every day. Every day, you're maintaining your pace. PACE. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating every day. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating every day. Like my numbers are not in the normal range yet. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating. Alcohol. I see my man A-Nap. He keeps asking about alcohol. What about one beer? What about one beer a month? Here's what I'll ask you, bro. You really want your alcohol? I can tell you. I can tell by your questions. You didn't say anything about your health. What about my health? How can I regain my health? Your main concern is alcohol. Your main concern should be, man, how can I get my blood sugar down? I don't care nothing about no alcohol, bro. Like, what do I got to do to get my blood sugar down? Like I told you before, there's two. This is the only time that people will change. When the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, that is when you will change. You asked about alcohol about 3 times, bro. I kept saying no. You're like, well, what about once a month? You're on it. What about your health, bro? What about oatmeal? Oatmeal is going to be a no-go. Not in the morning. We're not doing 3 in the morning. Let's talk about breakfast. Let's talk about breakfast. Breakfast goes like this. A 1, a 2, a 3. 1, 2, 3 is the breakfast. Eat your veggies, eat your proteins and the fats, and then section 3, we're eliminating section 3 for breakfast. So there's no carbs. There's no carbs in the morning. There's no oatmeal. There's no pancakes. Mom's pancakes. Like, yo, mom's pancakes has got to go. All of that's got to go in the morning. So just sections 1 and 2 for breakfast. So what you mean 1 and 2? It could be something that, like, the same thing that you eat for dinner is the same thing that you would eat for breakfast. You change the whole game up. You say, for breakfast, I want, say, like chicken and broccoli. Okay, let's chicken and broccoli and avocado. So let's break that down. Sections 1 and 2. We said chicken, protein, broccoli, starch. I mean, not starch, non-starchy veggies. Veggies right over here, fiber. Okay, fats, avocado. That could be a sample breakfast. It could be something like, eggs, steak and eggs, in a side salad. That's what your breakfast could be like. Or a tofu scramble with some bell peppers, with some nuts and seeds, or an avocado. Or it could be a chia pudding. You're gonna feel a lot of bloat with that one though. Chia pudding. Chia pudding is serious. That's it, folks. That is how you eat breakfast. 1, 2, cut out section 3. We're not doing the oats in the morning. We're cutting out all of that. It's called a savory breakfast. I have knee injury and my activity went from way down to 11,000 to 5,000 steps a day. Okay, get it, boss. Totally get that. As long as you do what you can, boss. Do what you can, Chris, man. Bananas, what about them? Like I said, bananas can go, you can eat the bananas as long as you remember 1, 2, 3. As long as you're eating the bananas last, right? Eggs and sourdough bread. Are you talking about for breakfast? Eggs, okay, yeah. Sourdough, no. Sourdough, no, not in the morning. What about protein pancakes for breakfast? Depends on how you're making these protein. What else is in it? What else is in it? All right, we're doing a whole bunch of flour and then the pancake. I would prefer you not do it if that's what you're talking about. How are you making your protein pancakes is the question. After the 14-day challenge, can you start adding more protein? Yeah, you can, right? But you're going to start adding more protein throughout the challenge, J Money. Don't worry. When you switch over to phase 2, you're going to notice that some things are going to start to change. We're going to up the ante a little bit. So, but yeah, after the 14 days, that's when you go beyond the challenge. I teach you how to eat like this. Teach you how to eat like this beyond the challenge. But you make it through the challenge first, and then we go beyond the challenge. Smoothie for breakfast. Like we talked about earlier, if you do a smoothie, you want to make sure you put some clothing with it. Sections 1 and sections 2, right? Remember that? I like to eat traditional breakfast foods. Can I eat oatmeal, omelet, and bell peppers and onion? Yeah. Like I said, eggs, right? If you want to do an egg omelet, okay, let's say you said you like traditional breakfast. What's not traditional about this? Okay. We said eggs, okay. Proteins, you can eat proteins and fats you can do with the eggs. And you said bell peppers and onions right here, non-starchy veggies. Why can't you do that? Yeah. Just as long as you're obeying the rules. That's it. That's it. Ezekiel bread, prefer you not have bread. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, prefer you not have the bread. But if you do the bread, prefer you just stick to the real food. Once you get back into the normal range, okay, you can start bringing some bread back. But in the beginning, no, you got to be hard charging, man. You got to be hard charging. All right. What's up, Catherine? Veggie omelets, good. We just broke it down, boss. Okay. So eggs affect the heart and the kidneys. So eggs affect the heart and the kidneys. We were talking about the heart and the kidney. We ain't talking about the heart and the kidneys. We're talking about blood sugar. Blood sugar. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Let's go into the next category, folks. We're still building on this chart. We're still building everything. Next is what's next? Here's a great equalizer. Check this out. There's a great equalizer right here, and it's called beans. It's called beans. These things are the great equalizers, folks. Now you can eat those wherever category. There's a very specific rule though. You can eat the beans with the veggies. You can eat the beans with the fats and the proteins. You can eat the beans with all of that. You know what I'm saying? But what you cannot do is you cannot eat the beans with this section. You cannot eat the beans, say like beans and rice together. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, we shouldn't be doing that. Okay? Here's what beans do. Beans are resistant starch, meaning they're resisting digestion. They're resisting digestion. What do you mean they resist digestion? They're resistant starch. So whenever you eat them, they go into your stomach, and then they go into your small intestines. At that point, the digestion is supposed to begin. But here's the thing, beans are special. Beans are resistant starch, meaning they're resistant to digestion. You cannot digest the beans. So you're like, well, why would the hell would I want to eat the beans, Kelley, if I can't even digest the damn beans, man? Why would I want to eat those things? Well, you want to eat those things. Here's why. It's because they feed your gut bacteria. They feed your gut bacteria. That's why the people are always saying, like, hey, have good gut health. Have great gut health. Because if you don't have great gut health, guess what's going to happen? Oh, now you're going to get all like, oh, your stomach is always going to be hurting. Every time you eat some beans or something with some fiber in it, your stomach's going to be like, oh, God. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your stomach like that, do you? It's because you don't eat enough fiber, enough beans and all that stuff. Good variety of stuff to give yourself good gut health. So beans are fantastic, folks. Red beans, black beans, kidney beans, cannellini beans, navy bean, black beans, pinto beans, and garbanzo beans. All these different types of beans, folks, are fantastic for your gut. And not in the beginning. In the beginning, it is going to suck. In the beginning, it is going to suck. And shout out to somebody for just joining the challenge. Shout out to them. Shout out to them for joining the challenge. Be on the lookout. Check your email. I got you. Be on the lookout for a text from me. But check it out. The beans are the great freaking equalizer. These things, I'm telling you, resistant starch, powerful. But you cannot combine it with the rice, folks. As great as they are, do not combine it with the rice. What about canned beans? Canned beans you prefer the dry beans, but if you have to do the canned beans, okay, put it in, rinse them off, do them that way. Prefer you do the dry beans, but the canned beans are okay. But again, prefer you do the dry beans. Don't do beans and rice together, folks. It is a cardinal sin if you are suffering from insulin resistance, folks. Do not do beans and rice together. If you care about your blood sugar, don't do beans and rice together. That's it, folks. Don't do beans and potatoes together. Okay? Don't do this section. No. Go get yourself a clean eating plate, folks. Where do you get it from? You get it from my showcase. You get it from my TikTok showcase. That's where you get it from, folks. That's where you're going to get it from. Questions? Any questions on that? Okay, I got a couple questions. Raisin Bran muffs good to eat? No, they're terrible to eat. Raisin, I think you're saying, is Raisin Bran muffins good to eat? No, they're terrible. Not only are they terrible for your blood sugar, they're just terrible for people, period. Can you eat beans and eggs together? You can. You can eat beans with all the other categories. You can eat beans with the vegetables. You can eat beans with the what you ask, the beans with the eggs. You can eat the beans with the proteins and the fats, but you cannot eat the beans with the carbs. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, I'll say that again. If you're metabolically flexible, if you're a regular normal person, you're walking around, your blood sugar's at a your A1C's at a 5.2. Okay, great. Have beans and rice together. Fantastic. Sure. But if your A1C is 6.5, 7, 5.7, 6.5, 7, 8, 9, 10, your number starts getting up there. The last thing that we should be doing is stopping by Popeyes. That's the last thing that we're going to do is stop by Popeyes and get that beans and rice with the spicy 2-piece with all the flour, with the biscuit. And then if you get the biscuit, don't forget the damn honey. Like, yo, look at my bag. You're like, yo, can I have some honey, please? Jeez. So folks, don't eat beans and rice together. And then that's it, folks. That ties it all, that ties the whole thing back around. That ties it back around. And you just keep on doing it. It's a game. How you play this game will determine everything. Look, it just keeps on going, all right? How you play the game will determine everything. But to play the game, you got to go get yourself one of these plates. To get into this game that everybody's been playing, you got to get yourself one of these plates. And you can get one out of my showcase. It's called the Clean Eating Plate. Now, other people have been like, Kelley, I don't care about, I'm not going to get your plate, bro. I'm going to go out and get my own plate. Okay. And then when they come back and they show me their plate, and they're like, Kelley, I'm always hungry. Yeah, you're always hungry because if you look at the size of that damn little ass plate that you went and got, I told you where the good ones were. Look at this. Clean Eating Plate, folks. The good ones are in my showcase. Go get yourself one if you ever want to play this game. Okay, now let's get to these questions, folks. We got some questions. Let me sit down. You mind if I sit down? Because we got a lot of questions. I know there's always a lot of questions about clean eating. So let's sit on down. Let's do a little Q&A. Don't be bashful on this side over here, too. Y'all got some questions. Throw them in the chat. Let me see here. All right. Let's see. Let's get to these questions, man. There's been some questions lingering. After clean eating, there's always some questions. What about canned beans? All right. As a Hispanic man, we're used to eating beans with rice. I know. I get that all the time. It's a common objection. J Money. Common objection, my good sir. Can you eat beans and eggs together? Yeah, we said that one. That's where I left off, right? Can you eat? Yeah, you can. All right. I'm from California. Shout out to California. I'm type 2 diabetes. Yeah, a lot of people are. That's what we're talking about. Thanks. What are good starches? Well, as long as you obey the very specific rule, you can have the whole complex carbohydrates, right? Like rice. Like what kind of rice? Typically, I would say, listen, when you follow my program, you eat whatever kind of rice you want, but it's white rice, brown rice, black rice, wild rice, but whatever, it's as long as you follow the rules. There's rules in the game. There's rules whenever you come in, there's rules of the game. So if you want to do pasta, okay, single ingredient pasta, okay? You want to do potatoes, okay, great. You want to do quinoa, you want to do farro, great. Right? Great. So you can do carbohydrates, but as long as you're obeying the rules. Remember that? Remember when we eat them third, right? Last on the plate. The question is, what's the question here? What about glucerna drinks? No, that's called crap. We're not going to be eating crap, folks. Okay? No, we don't. That's glucerna is crap. How do you stop the sugar cravings that come from removing carbs the first 14 days? Well, it's going to be hard in the beginning. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be hard in the beginning. It's going to suck. Just like when you eat the beans in the beginning, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. You're going to be like, yo, this sucks, man. But after about 6 or 7 days or so, you're going to start to notice those cravings are going to start to go away. Once your blood sugar starts to stabilize, you're going to know those sugar cravings are going to start to go away as well. But you got to go through the fire first. In the beginning, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. It's going to suck. It's going to suck. And then you're going to have success. That's the formula. The formula for success, to get rid of them cravings, is in the beginning, it's going to suck. Like, damn, I miss my sugar. Damn. Then it's going to suck some more. Like, damn, I miss my ice cream. Then it's going to suck even more. You're like, God, I miss my... You're like, this sucks. And then after about a week, you're going to have some success. Try it. Watch. You hang out with me for 14 days in my 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I guarantee that's exactly what's going to happen. How can you guarantee that's what's going to happen, Kelley? Well, it's because this is a blueprint, and I see it all the time. I know what's going to happen. I already know the questions that you're going to ask. I already know what's going to happen to your blood sugar. Oh, my blood sugar did this. Why did it do that? Oh, it did that. Oh, I was on hardcore keto and I joined your program. My blood sugar went up a little bit. I said, yeah, if you're hardcore keto, if you join my program, we're going to teach your body how to have carbohydrates again. So it's going to fluctuate a little bit. And then it's going to catch. It's going to catch. And it's going to be like, ooh, I see what you're doing here. This is what your blood sugar is going to say. I see what you're doing here. And it's just going to even out. It happens every time. People are always so worried in the beginning. My blood sugar is doing this. My blood sugar. I said, don't worry. That's just how it goes. That's why it's 14 days. You're going to notice some changes. And by the end of those 14 days, you're going to know the ultimate change, success. Even beans should be done in moderation and no more than half a cup at a time. Okay. All right. You want to eat until you're satisfied. What I say to that is you want to eat until you're satisfied. Not about moderation. It's eat until you're satisfied. That's what I is. Dietitians call it the 9-inch plate. Yeah, it's a 9. That plate, that's still a good one. It's 9 inches. The 9-inch plate. This one right here. Yep, exactly. This is the good one. 9 inches. Yep. It was in the 200s. It was in the 200s. Okay, yeah, we want to get it out of the 200s. I don't have diabetes. I just want to lose weight quickly. Why do you want to lose weight quickly, though? That's the question. What is it? What are you going to get out of losing weight quickly? What is that going to do for you? That's the what is that? What is your why? What is your list of whys? Do you have a list of whys? As a why is it that you want to do that? Because here's the thing. A lot of people say that they want to lose the weight. They want to lose the weight and all that, but it's work involved. Okay. So when there's work involved, people are like, oh, hell no, man. So that's what is your list of whys? Because pain is going to come. When it comes to losing weight, it's going to get uncomfortable. It's going to get uncomfortable. And when it gets uncomfortable, when the pain comes knocking, I want your list of whys to answer the damn door. Because when it comes to losing weight, it's going to be painful. Because you're going to have to wake up and do the same thing. You're going to have to wake up, show up, do the work, and do it again the next day. And that's going to suck. And when the pain comes, the question is, are you going to stop or are you going to keep going? That's how you lose weight quickly. You gotta have enough. You gotta have some reasons, though. Okay. Can you give us the link to get to the plate? Yeah, to get to the plate is right here. The link to get to the plate is right here. It's the same place. It's the same place as the other link, though. Click right here, and then click on my picture again, and then you're gonna come to right here. You're gonna come to right here. Here it is. On TikTok. It's a little bottom on the showcase down there. Right here. And then you click that and then boom, look right there. You click the showcase and there are the plates right there. There are the plates. They're right down there. Showcase. But all the other stuff's there as well. So the plates are there right below, right? It says showcase. And then the master class, you know all that stuff is. I showed you all that stuff is. The quiz, the master class, all of that stuff. The quiz and the master class, all of that. Like if you're on my other socials, you have to come over to TikTok to get those plates. Okay. But right here, the quiz, the masterclass, the 14-day challenge, that's all right here, man. It's all there. And like I talked about earlier, all of that stuff, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where we're taking where if you've gotten to the point where, like I said before, where you can't remember the last time you just felt energy just running through your body, if that's you. You can't remember the last time you felt real energy running through your body. If that's you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you say that you're tired of the blood sugar roller coaster, if you say that I'm tired of this, I need help. You say I need help. If you're saying that's what you're saying, the help is here. I promise you it's here. I promise you it is. You don't need to look any further than this page right here, than this link right here with all those goodies on it, all that stuff, and then the challenge as well. There's a lot of freebies on my page, folks. And there's a lot of other stuff, but the challenge is for my serious people. If you ain't serious, you might not want to join the challenge because it's going to test you. It's going to test your resolve. It's going to see how bad do you want it. How bad do you want to take control of your blood sugar? Do you want it that bad, or do you just kind of want it? That's what the quiz is. That's what the 14-day challenge is about. Do you want it, or do you just kind of want it? Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you for sending a gift, Jazzy. Shout out to you. That's the question. I can't answer that question for you. Do you want it, or do you just kind of want it? And you'll know that if you want it or if you kind of want it is when you're in the process and when it starts getting hard and you're like, oh man, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to. It's just suck. It sucks, right? It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. That's when you realize if you want it or not. The people who want it have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, and they've gotten amazing results. Click right here. It's $99 to join this challenge. It's $99 to join this challenge. But today, thank you for the hat. But today, we're doing the challenge for $69. $69 to join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, which is normally $99. We don't do $69 too often. We don't do it too often, but today we're doing $69. Today only. If you use that discount code when you check out for the challenge, sugar. That's today's discount code, sugar. Let me put my phone on the charger. Like I said, if that's you, if you say, yeah, Kelley, I'm serious, man. I need to change. I want to change. I need to change. I need to do this for my family. I need to do this for whoever. I need to do this for my kids. But most importantly, I need to do this for myself. Because the major key to your better future is you. The major key to your better future is you. Carlos, that's it. If that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to do, if you want to lose weight to become a player, then if that's part of your list of whys, do it then. If the reason that you want to lose weight is to become a player, capital letters, you make sure you write that down and make that as your list of whys. And then you got to dig deeper though. Why is it that you want to become a player? That's the question. So that's it, folks. That's it, folks. We're getting ready to go to the next topic here in a little bit. We did clean it. We're doing your Q&A right now. It's Q&A time right now. Then we're going to go to the board again, and we're going to talk about the last subject of the day. We're going to bring up another subject, folks. Another subject of the day. But if you want to join that challenge, I'm telling you, today is the day that you join the challenge because we're doing it for $69. The live discount code is sugar. Sugar. Uh-oh, might have lost some stuff. I don't know if I lost you, but I was saying, folks, the live discount code is sugar. All right, questions. Let's see. We got some questions. I'm losing my motivation to exercise. How do I get it back? It's not about the motivation. It's not about the motivation. It's about your list of whys. Here's how you get it. Here's how you get your list of. Here's how you get your motivation back. It's not even about motivation, no. It's about a list of whys. It's about a list of whys. It means that you don't have enough list of whys. Here's what you can do. Here's the exercise that when people ask me this, do this exercise. Go into the mirror and get a pen and pad and write down and just look at yourself in the mirror. And write down, I tell people to do it with their clothes off. Like it's literally take all your clothes off and go in the mirror and grab a pad. And on that pad, you write down 5 good reasons as to why you deserve better health. You're looking at yourself in the mirror, no clothes on. And you're looking at you're looking at your body. And you write down on that pad, that pen and pad, you write it down. Reason number 1 is the reason I want good health is this. Reason number 2, the reason I want good health is this. Good reasons. Reason number 3 is this. The first 3 are going to be easy. Then that 4th one is going to start to get hard. The 5th one is going to be really hard. You got to dig deep on those. So you do that exercise, and I guarantee you ain't gonna worry about motivation. It's about reasons. They come first. Thoughts on sugar-free items? We're gonna say no, sugar-free is no. No. How to check your A1C? Go to your doctor. Have your doctor pull your A1C. So no carbs for 14 days. No, I didn't say no carbs for 14 days. I didn't say that. You will miss the ding-dongs. Y'all. The doctor made it sound so easy. Eat low carb, and he said, yeah, it's not that easy. And he'll say, is all he said, yeah, it's not that easy. Yeah, it's not that easy. Giving you the plan is easy. The plan is easy. You're right. The plan is easy. It's the execution of the plan that's hard. Okay? Because here's the thing. You can have a bunch of knowledge and say, yeah. There's a big gap between knowing and doing, though. There's a big gap. By saying something is easy, than actually going to do it. Then you'll find out if it's easy or not. You're going to find out like, no, it ain't easy. This is not easy. Changing my lifestyle is not easy. I'm here from Dallas. Shout out to Dallas. What kind of supplement drinks can you have to help with appetite? It's not even about supplement drinks, folks. It's about maintaining your pace. It's about eating the correct foods. Eating the correct foods. It's not about supplement drinks. It's about eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. Filling up on those little thing called vegetables. Filling up on a lot of vegetables. Okay? Filling up on a lot of leaner sources of protein. Filling up on healthy fats. That is going to make the cravings start to go away. What if you eat 50% meat, 50% veggies, and 10% carbs? That's 110%, man. What do you mean? Ain't that a Napa? That doesn't add up, man. You're doing bonus stuff over here. 50-50 plus 10. You can do 50. You can do 50% meat. Okay, you want to do that? 40% veggies. Okay, and 10% carbs. But you're throwing an extra 10% in there, boss. Okay, get your plates. Get your plate in there. You want to do 50%? Okay, great. If you want to do 50% here, and then like 40% veggies, you can do that. Sprinkle your little carb on there. Maybe throw your strawberry or something on there. I don't know where you're gonna get 10% from, but yeah, as long as it fits in your plate, right? These are the rules, right? As long as you're not breaking the rules, you can do that. But that adds up to 110. But I got you. What about 10 calorie packs of water? With the artificial sugar, as long as if those artificial sugar, no. If it's stevia, yes. If it's artificial sugar, no. Apple cider vinegar helps with the sugar craving. Yeah, apple cider vinegar does. It is a tool that you can use. It is a tool that you can use 15 minutes, up to 15 minutes, 20 minutes, give or take. 15, 20 minutes, give or take. 15 minutes before your meal, 20 minutes after your meal, or during your meal. Take some apple cider vinegar. That will slow down the digestion. Keep you feeling fuller for longer. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, my doctor made it sound so easy. Yeah, did that one. You will miss the ding dong. All right, we're back. All right, join. So no carbs for 14 days. Got it. We did that one. Try to get all the questions, folks. What are your thoughts on sugar-free items like beloved sugar-free pudding or a Jello? No, terrible. That's called artificial ingredients. You don't want artificial ingredients. You've got a real body. Your body is real. Last thing you want to do is put artificial ingredients in your real body. Okay? We don't want to do that. It's called cut the crap. I do a session called cut the crap. So folks, we got to cut the crap. That's crap. Artificial sugars. 50-50. Yeah. I'm losing. I got that one. We did all those. Any questions over here? Throw your questions in over here. Don't be bashful, right? Throw your questions in over my other socials over here. Don't be bashful. Do not be bashful. Let's see. Let's see. Try to get to any more questions. Tap the screen. Yeah, bebop that screen. Bebop that screen. Share this live out to anybody that you know that is struggling with insulin resistance, diabetes, I had heart disease, but anybody you know struggling with this condition, man, share this live out there with them. You haven't answered my question. What's your question, Blessing? Give it to me. There's a lot of questions that come in. I can't get to them all. Give it to me. What is it? What do I eat? 50-50. Good info. Yeah. How do you get past the tiredness to get started? Well, it sounds like you're on a blood sugar roller coaster. It sounds like you're on a blood sugar roller coaster. That's what it sounds like. And I'm going to tell you how to get off of that roller coaster. Why are you always tired? So that's the next section we're going to do, folks. We can either do a couple of sessions. We can either do why am I always so tired? We can do why am I always so tired? Or the foods to avoid. We could do that. There's a couple of them. Or we might have time to do them both. Or we might have practical tips. So totally up to y'all, folks. This is your live. We're going to be here for another hour. So if you want to use that discount code, you got to use it within the next hour. And it is today's discount code is sugar, $69. You don't get the challenge for $69 too often. But if today is the day, you say, yeah, today's the day. Use that discount code sugar. You join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $69. So that's how you get past the tiredness. You got to start, and you got to start maintaining your pace. We're going to start with the diet. Was pre-diabetic, lost 50 pounds, and now I'm in the normal range. Shout out to you, D. Kelley. And shout out to you. Tea. Yeah, tea's good. Tea's good. All right. Herbal tea. Herbal tea is good. Herbal tea. You can do some green tea. You know what I mean? That's good. Good stuff. How much vinegar? A teaspoon. A teaspoon. I'm sorry, not a teaspoon. Tablespoon. Tablespoon. Tablespoon or two. Around a tablespoon or two, right? Give or take. But here's what you want to do with that, with the vinegar. Thanks for saying that. You want to dilute it. So you take some water, like 8 ounces of water, dilute it. Don't just take it to the head. Dilute it first. You dilute it, and then that's going to help with, with your teeth enamel and everything. So this don't be like drinking apple cider vinegar like you're drinking a 40. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Okay. Coke Zero. No, it's going to be a 0. Coke Zero is going to be 0. So that's again, a lot of people are asking these questions. There's a couple of ways that we can go, folks. We can either talk about foods to avoid next. We can talk about why are you so tired. We can talk about that next. Or we could play a game of blood sugar Tetris. Like what happens whenever you eat certain foods. We can do the blood sugar roller coaster, man. We got a whole bunch of stuff. Question is, why are you always tired, or foods to avoid? How much apple cider vinegar before meals? Like I said, a tablespoon or two. Dilute it with some water. Yeah, most stuff is artificial in the U.S. is artificial and processed. Berberine, same thing. Lifestyle first. If you cannot fix it with the diet and with the lifestyle first, berberine is great, but you got to get your nutrition right first. Before we talk about berberine, we got to get your nutrition right first. In the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, we get your nutrition right first. Then once we get your nutrition right, then we can start talking about adding on supplements. But the core pillar is, how's your nutrition look? Is your nutrition a little bit off? Are you suffering from insulin resistance? Folks, if you're suffering from insulin resistance, like I said earlier, if you're feeling tired about just sticking your finger, like, you don't want to stick your finger every day. People are like, I don't even like needles, but I got to stick my finger every day. I don't like it. What can I do, Kelley? Well, you can hang out with me for 14 days, okay? And we can take a snapshot of your A1C in the beginning. We can take a snapshot of your blood sugar in the beginning. And then by day 14, you're going to look at your blood sugar and be like, what the hell was I been doing? What the hell have I been doing? I need to change. Change is the moment you decide that your future self deserves more than your current excuses. That's what change is. That's what change is. You cannot become a prisoner to your own preferences. If you ever want to get off of this, if you ever want to get your life back, if you ever want to, get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, you cannot become a prisoner to your preferences. Staying inside of your comfort zone. You're going to have to get out and you're going to have to move. That's what you're going to have to do. Foods to avoid. Okay, here's the go. Okay, tired. Let's put a vote in. Let's put a vote in. Do you recommend any natural supplements? Like I said, you can do berberine, you can do all that stuff. You can do, but methylated multivitamin. A methylated multivitamin is where I would start. That's where I would start. We talk about vitamins. Methylated multivitamin. That is where I would start. Ample. I answered your question, boss. I answered your question already, boss. I'm allergic to apple cider vinegar. Okay, if you're allergic to apple cider vinegar, you're allergic to all vinegar, or you just apple cider vinegar. You don't have to use apple cider vinegar. That's just a supplement, or that's just an additional add. That's a bonus. You don't. That's not something that you got to use. That's just, people always ask about that hack, and I tell them, hey, here's what it does. Now, you don't have to do it. All right, you don't have to do it at all. There's many other ways. Instead of apple cider vinegar, you could do chia seeds. You could do chia seeds. You do that 15, 20 minutes before your meal. You're going to slow down the release of molecules into your body, the release of blood sugar. Right? Tired. Okay. Avoid coconut water. Coconut water, no. Usually the coconut water that you see in the store is full of sugar. It's full of sugar. Okay? If you're suffering from insulin resistance, that's going to spike your blood sugar, folks. How about Diet Pepsi? A lot of people are asking about foods to avoid. So why am I always tired? Okay. There's a two. All right. Two. What's the difference between insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes? There is no difference. Insulin resistance is type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction is insulin resistance. PCOS is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is PCOS. They're one and the same. They're one and the same, right? One and the same. So that's what insulin resistance is in type 2 diabetes. Yeah, they're one and the same. Same thing. Erectile dysfunction, they're one and the same. That's all just insulin resistance. That's all it is. There is no difference. The difference is, how does your body express itself? I'm following your food schedule and my energy has greatly improved. Mike Jones, who? Mike Jones. My man Mike Jones has said, who? Just said he's following my food schedule and his energy has greatly improved. Shout out to you, Mike Jones. My fasting from 8 p.m. to noon works great for me. Okay, great. 8 p.m. to noon. If that works for you, okay, fantastic. D. Kelley. My A1C went down when I started eating only meat. Okay, yeah, it is going to go down when you start eating only meat because you're not giving yourself any carbohydrates. Okay. Yeah. Why methylated multivitamins? Because those are activated vitamins. The regular vitamins that you see in the store, those are straight up trash. They're just straight up, just literally turning your urine highlight yellow and it's going down the drain. It's not doing anything for your body. Okay. Methylated multivitamins, on the other hand, are activated multivitamins. So therefore, your body can use those a lot more effectively than just a regular vitamin. Chia and water, right? Yeah, you can do chia and water. You can do chia pudding. Or if you're a gangster like me, I just take them to the head and like, or you can just sprinkle them over your food. You can sprinkle them on your food. You can do that too. Yeah, no doubt. Mike, type 1 is not producing enough insulin. That is correct. Type 1 is not producing enough insulin. Little to no insulin is being produced, right? Little to no. The reason why is because your immune system is now attacking your pancreas. Good job. All right. You said this question is why. So do you turn your whys and motivation to work out? Yeah, you do turn your whys into motivation. You do turn your whys into a motivation. Your why is what's going to drive you. Why the hell are you doing? You're going to wake up in the morning and be like, I don't, like when I was going through my transformation, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But here's the thing. I had a stronger why. My why was greater than my excuses. My why was greater than I don't feel like it. My why was much greater than that. So your why, like they said, people say, well, your why has to make you cry. The reason that my why made me cry is because my mother had just passed away 2 months prior from the same condition that I just got diagnosed with. Okay? So that is called the why. Did I wake up every day wanting to go run and all that stuff? Hell no. Eat right and all? Hell no. But all I saw was anger because my mother passed away at the age of 67. All I saw was anger. So that was my why. My why was anger. Okay? That was my why. I don't suggest you do anger be your why, but anger was my why. That is why I did the total transformation. That is why I didn't stop when I didn't feel motivated. I don't feel motivated. So what? So what? You don't feel motivated. You got to have discipline. And what is discipline? Doing the necessary thing to achieve a desired result, no matter how you feel. That's what the definition of discipline is. Doing the necessary thing to achieve a desired result, no matter how the hell you feel. Whether you're motivated or not. What needs to be done to achieve a desired result? Woo! That's it. We're getting ready to go to the next topic. How much? And we're going to go to, I don't know, man. We got a lot of topics. So we're going to get them both. You know what? We're going to get them both. We're going to go through, and I'm going to do them a little bit faster today. I'm going to do foods to avoid, and then I'm going to do why you're always so tired. So we're going to do why you're always so tired first, and then we're going to do foods to avoid. How's that sound? That sound good to y'all? But here we go. How much? How much, if you join the challenge, is today, it's $69 if you join the challenge today. Right here. You click right here. You click on my picture again. Do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen and share this live out with anybody that you know struggling. Let's get this thing to at least 75,000, man. 75,000 screen taps on the way. But here it is, folks. And we're going to talk about why are we so tired next. Here it is. Here's everything. This is a grab bag of stuff. If you're just joining us. Now, some new folks are just joining us. It's a grab bag of stuff. It is the quiz. It is the master class. These are both absolutely free. Both absolutely free, folks. All of that stuff. That's all free. PDF, but here's where the fun starts. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That is where the fun starts. That is for my people who are real action takers. If you're a real action taker, if you've gotten to the point where, like I said before, if you're lying in bed at night and you're just wondering, why am I always so tired? Why I wake up in the morning, I can't find the motivation to do this. I can't find the motivation to do that. It's probably because you don't have a blueprint as well. You're just probably like, I don't know what to do. So I just continue to do what I've been doing. But if you've gotten to the point where change isn't just desire and you like, I need a blueprint too, Kelley, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Okay? If that's you, if that's you, you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Real food, real structure, the structure that you've been looking for. Be like, man, I need a blueprint. Right. I need some structure to tell me what to do, Kelley, because I don't know what to do. You say help. People are like, help, man. I need help. Okay, you need help. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. Use that discount code, sugar. It's normally $99 you join this challenge. It's normally $99 to join it. Well, you see, $99. I'm not making it up. That's the normal price. But today, use that discount code sugar. You join the challenge for $30 off, 30% off. It's $69 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Again, we don't do 69 too often. Every once in a while, we'll do 69, but not too often. Okay. But it's $99 normally. But if you use that discount code sugar, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. So that's it, folks. Click the link in my bio, register for the quiz, register for the masterclass, all free stuff. And for my real action takers, for the people who have said they don't want to live by regret anymore. They don't want to live by regret. Well, what the hell's regret, Kelley? Regret is just the interest you pay on yesterday's excuses. That's what regret is. The interest you pay on yesterday's excuses is called regret. And regret doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Regret doesn't knock. It moves in when action moves out. I'm going to say that again. Regret doesn't knock. It moves the hell in when action moves out. Okay? Let's find out why you're always tired, folks. And then we're gonna do a session. We're gonna find out foods to avoid. But first, we're gonna find out why you're tired. We did the clean eating. Now we're moving on to something else, folks. Now we're moving on to why you're always so tired. And it's because you're on a glucose roller coaster. That's why. Remember I said over here? This is what we did. This is ideally what we want this thing. 4.9, 5.3. That's what we wanted ideally. Don't we? When you're on a roller coaster, do me a favor, folks. Put your favorite amusement park in the chat. Blood sugar roller coaster. Put your favorite amusement park in the chat. Right? Roller coaster. Ones that had the baddest roller coaster. You know, like maybe Six Flags, maybe Busch Gardens, maybe King's Dominion, maybe Hershey Park. Maybe it's the Incredible Hulk at Universal Studios. Magic Mountain. 4.9 to 5.3. Yes, that will be considered. You're no longer a diabetic, and your numbers are 4.9 to 5.3. You're good. That's where you want it to be. That's where you want it to be. Kings Island, straight out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Never heard of that one. Wonders of Fun. Never heard of that one either. Never heard of that one either. What the hell's Wonders of Fun? Anyhow, these places got some roller coasters. These are some of the baddest roller coasters on the planet. I grew up in Disney. I grew up in our Disney, Space Mountain, Universal Studios, the Incredible Hulk, Busch Gardens, Tampa, the Sheikra, bad roller coasters. Here we go. Why you always tired goes like this. It's because you're on a glucose roller coaster. A blood sugar roller coaster. It means your blood sugar is always going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And when it goes up and down, you go up and down. When it goes up and down, when this energy goes up and down, when you eat some sugar, your energy goes up. But then when it comes down, you crash. And your blood sugar can never get it stable. So therefore, you're always tired. You're always hungry. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Tired. I'm hungry. Tired. I'm hungry. I just got 8 hours of sleep. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Yes, you do. Courage. You have access to the program for as long as you need. For as long as you need it. Okay. Once you get the challenge, it's your challenge. And then you can go beyond the challenge after that. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's yours. Folks, who can tell me, let's talk about blood sugar for a minute. Who can tell me what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat fats? Whenever you eat fat, folks, what happens to your blood sugar? Who can tell me? Things like avocados, nuts and seeds, eggs, whatever. What happens to your blood sugar? Folks, we're going to find out why we're always so tired. Why are you always so tired? Oh, nothing. Somebody said, yeah, nothing. Oh, Tanya said it's spikes. Toya already said it's spikes. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Nothing happens, folks. You're right. Nothing happens. It just stays the same. Whenever you eat fat, your blood sugar just stays the same. Here's where you want it ideally. Here's where you want your blood sugar. You want it between 70 and 100. That's what you want it every day. Like, yo, when you wake up in the morning, people are like, what's my blood sugar should be? It should be below 100. It should be below 100. Why? Why what, Troy? Why should your blood sugar be below 100? Or why is it whenever you eat fats? Because fats have minimal impact on your blood sugar. Minimal to no impact whenever you eat fat. Olive oil, avocado oil, it's a scientific fact. That's why, because it's a scientific fact that fats will not raise your blood sugar. Okay, well, what happens whenever you eat protein then? What happens whenever you eat protein, folks? And somebody just joined the challenge. Shout out to them. Shout out to them for joining the challenge. Check your email. I'm going to send you a personal text as well. Don't worry. Right after the live, I'm going to get you a text message. Don't worry. But check your email. Be on the lookout for one from me. But yeah, congratulations. Your blood sugar is not going to look the same ever again. Now, we're on to the next question, folks. We're on to the next question. What happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat protein? Whenever you eat things like chicken and steak and eggs and all that, what happens then? You know, what happens when you eat protein? Lots of protein. Who can tell me? Can you tell me? Is it good to juice, and what should I use? Oh, juicing is next. Don't worry, Troy. We're talking about juicing next. Don't worry. That's in the next one. That's in the next class. We're gonna start that next class at 10:30. Don't worry. We're gonna answer that question. But class, right now we're talking about why we're tired. Slight bump in blood sugar. If you eat fat, cholesterol, and it goes up. If you eat fat, cholesterol goes up. Okay. We're talking about blood sugar. Talking about blood sugar. Healthy fats, your blood sugar, your cholesterol ain't gonna go up. Not with healthy fats, but with that bullcrap fat, yeah, you're right. But what happens when you eat protein? Let me see. Slight bump. Okay, yeah, that's it. Slight bump. Not a lot of guesses on that one. All right. It's a slight bump. So when you eat protein, you eat a meal, protein. All right, cool. Boom. You're gonna have maybe a slight bump. It might not even go beyond it might not even go above the line. It might be so slight that it's very, very minimal. Like this your blood sugar. Right here in the blue. This your blood sugar. Boom. You eat some protein, it may not even go up that much. Protein. Okay, so that's fats. We said nothing. Protein. We said a little bit. Okay. Well, what happens, folks, when you're insulin resistant? You're insulin resistant. Like I said, you're resisting the most important hormone in the body. Why are you always so tired? Here's why you're always so tired. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, you're tired because the energy from the food that you just ate, it cannot get into your cells. Like the door to open up the cell to give it energy, it can't be opened. It's stuck. Insulin can't do its job to let the energy in. You talk about tired. Why you're tired? The energy that you just ate. That's the point of eating, folks. I don't know if you know this or not, but that is the actual point of eating. The actual point of eating is, it's not to break bread with people like, oh, let me break bread with you, man. Let's go have some lunch together, man. Let's go have a feast. Like, that's great being with your community and all that stuff, family and friends, and breaking bread and all that stuff. But that's not the point of eating. The point of eating is to give your body the fuel that it needs, the energy that it needs, so that you can go about your day. So that you can be in a fight like this fight right here, like Mike Tyson fighting. Like Mac, these guys gotta have energy. And you get that from your food. You get it from your food. And you can also get it from your fat as well, stored body fat. That's the point of stored body fat. So it's why people always asking me about, hey, Kelley, can I fast? Should I fast? Okay, yeah, fasting is good if you're metabolically flexible, if your body can switch between burning fat for energy and burning the food that you just ate, blood sugar. As long as your body can do that like that, then you can fast. But if not, if your body can't do that because you're insulin resistant, you're going to be tired. You're going to be real tired. You're going to get hangry at people. When I showed you this picture right here, in this picture, I used to get so hangry. This guy right here used to get hangry as hell. I used to get hangry, bro. I used to get so hangry. Look at that. In this picture, right, when I took, I used to get so hangry. Like I'm smiling right now. I'm smiling right now because we probably just already ate. We probably just ate. I was teaching a class in Canada. We probably just ate. So therefore, I was cheesing. But my body couldn't process energy correctly. So therefore, I used to get hangry. Because whenever I would eat something and then my body can't switch over to burning fat for or burning the fuel for energy, fat for energy, now I'm mad. So that's what it means to be metabolically flexible, folks. Switching between burning fat, burning fuel, burning fat, burning carbohydrates, burning fat, burning the food that you just ate. So when you eat carbohydrates, folks, who can tell me what happens to their body whenever you eat carbohydrates? What happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat carbohydrates? Pasta, rice, all that stuff. What happens? Who can tell me? Can you tell me what happens to your blood sugar? Does it stay the same? Does it go down? What does it do? Any guesses on what it does? You get tired. Okay, yeah. Oh, wow, you look amazing. Thank you kindly. TT? If you eat fat, cholesterol goes up. All right, cool. We got that one already. It goes up, it goes way up. Yeah, it goes way up like a freaking rocket. Depends on what kind you eat and depending on what you eat. But here's what happens when you're insulin resistant, folks. This is why you're always tired. Here's what happens. It's called the blood sugar roller coaster. Check this out. In the morning, you want your blood sugar to be at about 85. 8 a.m. in the morning, you want your blood sugar to be at a solid 85 in the morning. But you wake up in the morning, what do you eat for breakfast in the morning? In the breakfast, you eat them whole Twinkies, you eat bananas, you eat oatmeal with some brown sugar in it, you take some coffee and you put a whole bunch of sugar in it. This is your breakfast. Ding dongs, all of that stuff. It's your breakfast. And you do that on an empty stomach. And what's going to happen is your blood sugar is going to go way the hell up. And you'll be feeling good for a while, but like, oh, I'm feeling good, the energy's coming up. Then all of a sudden, the bottom is going to fall out. And then when the bottom falls out, whoo, that's called a crash. And then that's when you're going to get tired. That's when you're going to get tired. Why is this happening? Well, it's because you're insulin resistant. First of all, you're insulin resistant, and then you wake up in the morning, you eat some trashy food that make your blood sugar go up. And it's going to go rise. It's going to shoot up real quick. Because insulin can't really do its job. And then insulin is going to be just like overwhelmed. Like insulin is going to be like overwhelmed. Like so much insulin is going to come out. Whenever you eat that whole Twinkie or that ding dong, like a lot of insulin is going to come out to try to combat that. So then when all the insulin comes out, all the insulin's up here. When it comes out, it's going to bring that number back down. It's going to quickly bring it back down. And then that's when you're going to start to get hangry. Whoo! That's when the sugar cravings are going to start to come in. So you go to the vending machine and you get yourself a Snicker bar. And then you eat that Snicker bar. And you're at the office and you get that Snicker bar in your bar, and it goes back up. Your blood sugar goes back up. Whoo! And then, check it out. Now, you ate the Snicker bar. Now, your blood sugar's coming back down. Now, you're getting hangry again. Like, man, I'm getting hungry, right? I'm getting hungry. You're at the office. I'm hungry, man. Like, what's for lunch today? We going out to lunch? Where we going? Then y'all go out to lunch at noon. And then y'all go to a buffet. Y'all go to Golden Corral. Y'all go to what's the Mediterranean one? Can't think of it right now, but it's a Mediterranean buffet. You go to that buffet and you just eat everything in sight. Next thing you know, your blood sugar goes back up. And then you ate Popeyes, wherever y'all went, Taco Bell, someplace trashy. And now It's 3 p.m. I worked in corporate America, folks, for 13 years, so this is my schedule. So this is why I know this. 3 p.m. Okay. What happens at 3 p.m. every day at the office? You at the office at 3 p.m. You chilling. You at your cubicle. You're like, oh man, it's 3 p.m. You're looking up at the clock. You're like, oh God. Oh, what's happening at 3 p.m., folks? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Oh man, love to hear it, Lisa. Lisa went to the doctor. What did the doctor say? The doctor said, you're doing everything right. Join the challenge. That's it. That's it. That's what I'm telling folks. Like, listen, you join the challenge. You hang out with me. We're going to get you off of this blood sugar roller coaster. I promise you. I promise you. You're quite welcome, Lisa. I'm going to get you off of that blood sugar roller coaster. Man, thank you very much, Shah. Quite welcome. You're quite welcome. You get tired. That's it. Blood sugar crashes around 3 p.m. That's it, man. Your blood sugar is going to crash around 3 p.m. You're going to be like, damn. Your blood sugar is going to crash. And how you going to feel? You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel cravings. Then you're going to get tired. Why are you always tired? You asking? Well, here's why. This is what your blood sugar is doing. You got it on a roller coaster. Get it off the roller coaster. So you go grab the donuts out of the freaking break room that your co-worker brought. You eat those up. You put it in the microwave for 10 seconds. Ding! Next thing you know, you eat that donut, your blood sugar goes back up. Now, you're coming home, you're crashing, you're coming home, you're fighting the traffic, it's rush hour time, it's 5 o'clock, you're getting off traffic. You might grab you a little something on the way home, I don't know. You might grab you a little snack, I don't know. But then you're going to get home and you're going to eat dinner. And what's for dinner, folks? What's for dinner on this night? This is a very long day. The day's not over with yet. This is what happens all day long. This is why you're always tired. What happens at 7 p.m.? Dinner time. But what's for dinner, folks? Okay, let's just say lasagnas for dinner, or baked ziti, or spaghetti, or whatever. Pizza. And your blood sugar goes right back up again. And then it comes right back down again. Now you're watching your favorite TV show. 9 o'clock. It's 9 p.m. You're watching your favorite TV show on Netflix. What do you got to do now? What's next? 9 p.m. You're watching your favorite TV show. Just think about it. Every night, let's just say you're watching your TV show, 9 o'clock. What's going to happen? What you need to do? What do you need to do? You need to, nobody said it, but here it is, snack time. You need to go grab a snack. That's it. Big bucket of ice cream. Now that you grab a big bucket of ice cream, or your popcorn or whatever, now you have popcorn, you see exactly. And now it's dinner, and now it's bedtime, and you go to bed, check it out. You can't go to bed because it's 10 a.m. p.m., sorry. It's 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. It's time to go to bed, but you can't go to bed. But your blood sugar's high because of that ice cream you just ate for snack time. What's the next step, folks? What do we do next? What do we do next? If our blood sugars, let's say bedtime, our blood sugar's at a 300. What's next, folks? What's next? Can you tell me? Yeah, you can't sleep. That's one. And a lot of people, other people will grab insulin. So maybe some fast-acting insulin. This is what I was looking for right here, insulin. Okay? And then you grab the insulin. And then what's going to happen at 3 a.m. every single night? Usually what happens? What happens at 3 a.m.? What happens at, I'm about to answer your question right now, David. What happens at 3 a.m., 2 or 3 a.m., like you were saying? What happens every night, 2, 3 a.m.? After you're on this, this is your day, but the day's not over with yet. It's 2 more parts of the day. 2 more parts of the day. Okay, go to the bathroom, eat salad and a juicer for lunch and dinner and bring the A1C down. Okay, go to the bathroom. Yeah, you do that, but here's the main thing that I'm looking for. A lot of people, they wake up like, huh! They wake up in a frantic. They wake up in a frantic. The reason they wake up in a frantic or looking up at the ceiling, like looking all bug-eyed at the ceiling, the reason that they do that is because their blood sugar just freaking tanked. Just tanked from all the insulin that you just had and from being on this roller coaster and being so insulin resistant. Every time you spike this blood sugar, these are called spikes. Every time you spike this blood sugar, guess what insulin is doing? Insulin is staying high. Insulin is like the gatekeeper. Insulin is staying high. It's like the chaperone. The chaperone has to watch over the blood sugar. The chaperone can't go down, meaning insulin. Insulin's the chaperone. They cannot go down until all the kids are back on the bus. All the kids on the bus, let's see it. There's little Johnny here, there's little Megan here, there's little Ralphie here. Okay, the chaperones are doing that. That's what insulin is doing. It's that insulin has to stay on the outside and make sure all the blood sugar goes into the cells before it can go away. It can come down. But as long as you're doing all these spikes all day, your blood sugar, your insulin is never going to come down. You're always going to be tired. You're always going to be hungry. You're always going to be waking up feeling like, man, I woke up and why am I tired? I just woke up. That's what your day is going to be like. But what's crazy though, that's not even the end of it. Here's the end of the cycle, folks. Human beings are glutton for punishment. Here's how I know. It's because we'll wake up the next day and we'll do the same thing over again. We'll wake up the next day and do the same thing over again. Just keep going. We'll do it Monday. We'll do it Tuesday. We'll do it Wednesday. We'll do it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Week 1, week 2, week 3, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, year 2, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. We'll just keep doing this every day for years. It's just an endless roller coaster. That, folks, is why you're always tired. That's called the blood sugar roller coaster. We typically spend a little bit more time on the roller coaster, but people want to know what foods to avoid as well. But this, folks, is why you're always tired. You got to get yourself off of the roller coaster. Step number 1 is to have a savory breakfast. That's step number 1, not a sweet breakfast. First step in the morning, do not wake up in the morning, eat some whole Twinkies, some ding dongs, all that stuff. Pancakes, mom's pancakes, all of that. You're going to have a savory breakfast. Remember what we said a savory breakfast was in clean eating? Something like chicken and broccoli and an avocado, or eggs and steak and eggs and some nuts and seeds on the side, or a tofu scramble with some spinach or bell peppers with an avocado on the side. Something like that, right? That's called a savory breakfast. It could be fish. You can do fish in the morning, fish and a salad. You know what I'm saying? These are savory breakfasts. Sweet breakfast is Raisin Bran. Sweet breakfast is, it's going to put you on a blood sugar roller coaster. A sweet breakfast is, like I said, tricks, okay? Cereal, bagels, Raisin Bran bagels, all that stuff. It's going to put you on a blood sugar roller coaster. That's why you're going to always be tired until you get off of that roller coaster. You want to get off of that roller coaster, you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you've been on this roller coaster for many, many years, if this is you, if you wake up every day, you've been doing this for years, and you're ready to get off the roller coaster, like, yo, this is my stop. This is where I stop. This is where today, right now, is where it ends, where you get off the roller coaster. You join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I promise you, we'll get you off of this roller coaster. Just like Lisa just came in and said, she went to the doctor, and the doctor said, just keep doing what you're doing, because you're getting yourself off of the roller coaster. She's had diabetes for 20 years, I think she said. 20 years. Hanging out with me for a little while, doing the 14-day challenge. Now, She's on the road to recovery. Last week, Jazzy got off the roller coaster. Her doctor took her off all of her meds, GLP-1s included. A1C went from an 8 to a 6. Got off the roller coaster. All because they decided to take some action. They decided to take some action. They said, today's the day. I've had enough. Enough with all of the like saying I need help. Enough with all of that. Enough with saying I need help and then not really doing it. Just having all the knowledge but not taking any action. Because knowing without action is just entertainment. That's all knowing is. That's all it is. That's all it is. You want to join that challenge? You use that discount code SUGAR. You're joining the challenge for $69. The 14-day challenge is from a book. No, it's a challenge. It's not from a book. Okay, it's my challenge that I created that says if it's a blueprint that says if you follow this 14-day challenge, this blueprint of how to eat for blood sugar. All we're doing is eating real food, folks. We're just eating real food. Vegetables, nuts and seeds, steak, chicken, all that stuff, eggs, whatever, beans. It's all there. It's all the same food that you've been eating. All we're doing is just changing the order of the food. We're putting it in a process, a streamlined process. That's what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is about. If that's you, if you're ready for serious change, you got to the point, like I said before, where change isn't just desired, it's downright freaking necessary. You want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and get yourself off of that roller coaster. Because that's what you said you wanted, right? You said that you wanted to get off the roller coaster. You said that you want to get your life back. That's what you said. I didn't say that. You said that. Right? That's what you said. Okay. No, that's what you said. And if you really mean it, you're going to have to do some work. If you really mean that you want to get off the roller coaster, you're going to have to do some work. Because just waking up every day and taking the meds, waking up every day, taking the meds, waking up every day, taking the meds, that ain't going to cut it. Is oatmeal bad for nuts and germs? Makes so much sense to me. I wish my husband would agree to follow your plan. I'm tired of him being, yeah, that's the thing. The only person that can prescribe you that medication is themselves. The only person. You can't prescribe it, Christy. I can't prescribe it. The doctor can't prescribe it. He has to prescribe it himself. Here we go. Tired all the time. I just care about him so much, but he has to want it. He does have to want it. He really does. He has to have a list of whys. If he doesn't have a list of whys, he's not going to do it. That's the cold hard facts, folks. If your husband does not have a list of whys, he's not going to do it. Because he has no reason to. Just like I had no reason to. Just like I had no reason to. When my mother passed away, that was the only time that I had a reason. Other than that, I was just going to be a big oompa loompa forever. My belly would be right now, my belly would be so big that I wouldn't even be able to get out of that freaking door right there. Two weeks after I got this diagnosis, folks. 2 weeks after I got this diagnosis. You see how big my stomach was? I was on my way. I was already obese. There's categories of obesity, right? Type 1 obesity, type 2 obesity, category 3 obesity. I was in type 1, but I was getting ready to cross over to type 2. This was 5-6 years ago. The reason I decided to change is because I had enough reasons. If I didn't have enough reasons, I would not have changed. I would not even be able to fit those pants anymore. Okay? I would not be able to fit those pants anymore. But look what happened to those pants, those same pants. Look what happened to them. Look what happened to them. That's all because I decided to get off of the damn roller coaster. And that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to decide to get off of that roller coaster. So let's get to it, folks. The last subject of the day, because I know people wanted to know about foods to avoid. So I'm going to try to get to that one quick before we get out of here. We got 20 minutes left. But if you want to join that challenge, folks, if you're ready to get off of that roller coaster, use that discount code SUGAR. You join the challenge for $69. That we don't do 69 too much. But here we go. Here's what I want you to do, folks. People are always asking me, well, what food do I avoid? I want you to avoid the crap. All right? We're running short on time today, so I'm gonna give you the different version of crap. This is the different version of crap that I'm gonna give you. Because I know we're running short on time, but it is calorie. The C stands for calorie. You know what? Let's not even do that one. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna do the other one. I don't like that one today. We're gonna do carbonated C today. The C stands for carbonated junk. Let's just get to it. What do you avoid? Carbonated junk. That's what the C stands for. Sodas, not Twinkies. Sodas. What else? Energy drinks. So the Mountain Dews, the Coca-Colas, all of that stuff. That's all crap, folks. This is the stuff that you need to avoid. Every time you go into the gas station, you see all the drinks and stuff inside of there. Yeah, that's called carbonated junk. Artificial. The R stands for refined sugar. Refined sugars. What kind of refined sugars? You know the stuff that we eat. Twinkies, Skittles, okay? Snicker bars, all that kind of stuff. Vitamin water, that's also refined sugar. It goes in the vitamin water, goes in the crap category. How long will it take $69? How long will the $69 last? Can you get it on Friday? I don't know. Friday, I don't know. Okay? $69 is today's discount, right? Normally it's not $69. I'll tell you, normally it's $99. We don't do $69 too often. We do $79, but we typically don't do $69. Okay? But refined sugars. All of that stuff. Honey included. Stuff will spike your blood sugar like crazy. Here are the recommended sweeteners. Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. If it's stevia, monk fruit, allulose, okay, great. You can do stevia, you can do monk fruit, you can do allulose. Now, if it's all of these other stuff like sweet and lows and all these artificial stuff, all of the zero sugars, the zero drinks, all of that, that's all carbonated junk. So that's the R, folks, refined sugar. There's a little formula that you can do. If you ever wanted to know how much sugar is in something, you can do this little formula. It's a little formula. It's a sugar formula, right? You look on the back of whatever it is you're getting ready to drink. Let's just say if it's a Coca-Cola and it's 40 grams. You look on the back of that Coca-Cola and it says 40 grams of sugar. Like, well, what's 40 grams of sugar? What does that mean to me? I don't know what that means. All right, here's what 40 grams of sugar is. You do this little math equation. And it's like this. Whatever the grams of sugar is, so if it's 40, we'll say 40 grams of sugar in a Coca-Cola. That's about typically you'll get in a Coca-Cola. And you do that times 0.24. That's the formula. So whatever it is that you're drinking, you want to know how much sugar is actually in it. Look at the grams and multiply that number by 0.24. Let's do the math. Let's just say if I'm getting ready to drink a Coca-Cola and I do 0.24, or say 40 grams of sugar, 40 times 0.24, I'm going to do it, 0.24 equals, who can guess what it is? Look over here. I'm going to show you over here. Look at that. 40 times 0.24, 9.6. 40 times 0.24, 9.6. You're like, well, or 9.6 what, Kelley? right? 9.6 what, Kelley? You know what I'm saying? Well, 9.6 what? It's teaspoons of sugar. 9.6 teaspoons of sugar, or basically 10 teaspoons of sugar, or one Coca-Cola. So if you took a teaspoon and you go, one, here's a teaspoon right here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you a visual of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11. All right. Here's 10 teaspoons of sugar right here. Look at that. That's 10. That's what's in one Coca-Cola. Look at that. Okay? This is in one Coca-Cola. One. 10 of these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just wrap your mind around that. You just drank that. But your body is only required to have 1 teaspoon. But you just drank 10. What do you think that's going to do for your blood sugar? Nothing nice, I can tell you that much. The A stands for artificial. Artificial sugars. I mean, not sugar, sorry. I got to put this in quotations. Artificial stuff. Now, this is a family environment, so I said stuff because I wanted to say another S word. I wanted to say another S word, but I can't because it's a family environment. You get what I'm saying, folks. Artificial stuff. Oh, what's artificial stuff? Oh, yeah. All the stuff. All the stuff that you see out there, all the different artificial colors, all of the artificial sweeteners, all of the artificial, all the sweetened loaves and the sucralose and the aspartames and all of that, folks. That's all artificial stuff. Artificial sweeteners. You look at the sweeteners and be like, yo, this tastes kind of sweet. It tastes sweet, right? Doesn't it taste sweet? The artificial stuff, but it's not really sweet. It's artificial. That's kind of the point, to try to trick your body. Your taste buds is like, oh, that's sweet. But your taste buds and your body are not dumb. Your body is not stupid. Your body is very, very intelligent. Your body is very, very, very intelligent. So it knows the difference between artificial sugar or fake sugar versus real sugar. You ever notice that if you have a sugar craving and you go get something artificial instead, artificial sweetener, you ever notice that you still crave the real sugar? You ever notice that? Right? You notice that, don't you? Well, it's because your body is not stupid. Your cells are real. Here's what your cells say. You've been giving me the real sugar this whole time, and now you're trying to give me artificial sugar? You really think that we're slow, right? This is what your cells are saying. We know the difference between real sugar and fake sugar. So therefore, we're going to request more sugar. That's why you still get sugar cravings after you eat something artificial, because your body is not dumb. Your body is intelligent. Okay? Just remember that. When you try to pull a fast one on your body and your cells, just remember that it will outsmart you. You think it's a game? Try it. Okay? Artificial colors. When you go eat Skittles, and it says on the label, or the commercial says, taste the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. You know that commercial for Skittles? But what it actually should say is tasting chemistry. You're tasting chemistry. That's not the rainbow you're tasting. I'm sorry to be the one to burst your bubble, but when you eat a Skittle, you're not tasting the rainbow. You, my friend, are tasting chemistry. So it's not the rainbow, though. Don't be fooled by it. You're really tasting the rainbow. No, you're tasting chemistry. It's the food scientists that created that. It's the food scientists in the lab that created that. That's why your tongue gets all purpley and red and yellow, and that's all those different dyes. Again, it's called chemistry. You're not tasting the rainbow. And then finally, just want to make sure that we're clear on that. And then the P stands for, it just sums it all up. Processed foods. That's what it is. Processed foods. These are the foods that it just sums the whole thing up. These are the foods that you want to avoid, folks. Processed foods is just everything together. The whole Twinkies, the ding dongs, all that stuff. The Doritos, the what else? The Takis. All of the artificial drinks, the Gatorades and all that stuff. The Powerades. You think that Powerade, when you look at that Powerade and it's bright blue, it's bright blue, right? It's bright red. That Powerade, you think that's giving you some power? No. No. It's actually doing the opposite. It's not giving you power, it's stealing your power. These are called processed foods, folks. Artificial colors, artificial sweeteners. Somebody was asking, well, what sweeteners? Okay, the sweetener that we recommend are stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Those are the only three. Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. You can do those. If it's not stevia, not monk fruit, not allulose, so those have zero impact on your blood sugar. Zero impact on your blood sugar. Right? And it's not artificial. It's real stuff. Comes from a tree. So stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Those are the only ones. If it's not any of those, man, throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. But this is it, folks. This is just sums everything up. So you want to avoid the crap. If you want to get your A1C back down to 4.9 to 5.3, the ideal range, 4.9 to 5.3, one thing you got to do is you got to avoid the crap or cut the crap out of your diet. You do this, whoo! The rest is just eating real food. At that point, when you cut the crap, when you avoid the crap, the rest is just about filling your body with real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, beans, legumes, chicken, turkey, eggs, salmon, tofu, tempeh, steak. That's what you, if that, though, that is clean eating, right? So we got clean eating and then we got crap. Dairy goes in this category as well. Dairy goes in the crap category as well, right? I don't get into it with people about dairy too much because I notice that very people like, listen, Kelley, I'll do everything. I'll do all that stuff. Two things I ain't giving up is I ain't giving up my bacon and I'm not giving up my bacon and I'm not giving up my cheese. Processed foods, we're talking about the meats that you want to give up. Definitely you want to give up the bacons and the salamis and the and the pepperonis. That's all deli meats. The deli meats or those are called group 1 carcinogens. Those are called processed meats. You don't want to eat processed meats because they're group 1 carcinogens. You don't know what a group 1 carcinogen is. It means that if you eat enough of it, they have been known to cause cancer. These are the studies say this is what a group 1 carcinogen is. These are group 1 carcinogens, processed meats, the bacons, the salamis, and all that stuff. The pepperonis, the hot dogs. This is the crap that you want to avoid. Right? Yeah, I did. I left it off altogether on purpose, Terrence. Because it doesn't even go. If you want to eat pork, that's your choice, but I don't recommend it. Processed meats, yeah, potato chips is going to go over here in the crap category as well, right? Potato chips are in the crap category. Yes, they go there. The Funyuns and all Funyuns go over here in the crap category. Okay. Homemade honey doesn't matter. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, it doesn't matter. It's going to spike your blood sugar. It don't matter if it's homemade or not. I don't know how you get homemade honey though, because the bees make honey, right? What do you mean homemade honey? Goat milk, and again, dairy, it doesn't matter. It's dairy, right? It's dairy. If you want to know more about dairy, I recommend that you watch it's a lecture. It's called Utterly. I'm gonna put it up here. You watch it, 80 minutes long. It's called Utterly Amazing. It's by a gentleman named Walter Veith. You watch Utterly Amazing, folks, and you'll get a whole different spin on dairy. Okay? Whole different spin on dairy. If you watch Utterly Amazing, it's a lecture, Walter Veith, 80 minutes. And if you watch it at the end, you still say, I want dairy, then hey, it's your choice. But as long as you know what the repercussions of dairy is, as long as you know the side effects of dairy, okay? Have as much dairy as you want. Knock yourself out, cheese included. But if you care about your health, you might want to reconsider dairy. But again, watch that documentary or the lecture, and you'll understand what I mean when I say you don't want to eat, you want to put dairy in the crap category. Goat milk included. Okay. What about, can you eat too much avocado? You can eat too much avocado. You eat too much of anything. Yeah, you shouldn't be eating this like droves and droves. You shouldn't be eating avocado like ice cream. Don't eat avocado like ice. Don't eat ice cream, period. But definitely don't eat your avocado that way either, right? Portion it out. Good, decent size, and it'll be okay. Dairy is not good. Dairy is terrible. Okay. Can you have once a month some potato chips? Once a month? Yeah, you can have a potato chip once a month. You can do that. Yeah. You probably even do it twice a month. Right? Probably even do it twice a month. It's not about being perfect, folks. It's about what you do most of the time. It's about what you do most of the time that matters the most. So there's no such thing as a cheat meal and all that stuff. All right. What do you supplement for dairy milk? You don't watch that out there. Watch that all the time. Watch that. Utterly Amazing. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into the whole milk thing because it's a super controversial topic. And people are like, I ain't giving up my cheese, Kelley. I ain't giving up my dairy. I ain't not giving up this. Like, okay, great. Go watch Utterly Amazing, and then you come back and you check in, and then we'll see. What is the name of the Utterly Amazing? That's it. You said the name. What is the name on Utterly Amazing? Utterly Amazing. The gentleman's name is Walter Veith. He's the guy. He's a zoologist. He's going to tell you everything about the zoo. Heavy whipping cream also. That's dairy. Coconut milk is good. Yeah, coconut milk, but you make sure you use that Yuka app. Make sure you use that Yuka app. But here it is, folks. We're getting ready to get up out of here. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. We get ready to end. Like I said, my name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. That was it today. We did a whole bunch of stuff today. We did a bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, what I tell you, I said, well, I'm going to tell you what it actually takes to defeat this condition. If you ever wanted to get off of your meds, if you ever wanted to regain your health, if you ever wanted to do that, if that was ever in your cards, you say, I want to get off the meds, I want to get my life back. I've tried everything and nothing has worked, and I'm starting to believe that I'm stuck this way forever. If that's what you start to believe, then I'm here to tell you that that's not the case, unless you want it to be the case. Because we have choices. You have a choice to maintain your pace or not. You have a choice. So here's what I'll leave y'all with, folks, before we get out of here. If you're just joining us, we're getting ready to get out of here. But if you're just joining us, a couple things I want you to do before we get out of here. Number one is to go register for that quiz. Go register for the quiz if you haven't done that. Go register for the quiz right up here. Ooh, 100,000, man. Shout out to y'all for getting your boy to 100,000. Shout out to y'all for getting your boy to 100,000 likes. I love it. But here it is. Here it is right here, folks. Today, we're doing the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. We got the quiz. We got the masterclass. That's all free. We got the PDFs. We got the 14-day challenge. We got beyond the challenge. We got a lot of stuff on this link. This link, folks, is look no further. Look no further. You click that link in my description on my other socials as well. You look no further. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, if you say, I'm tired of sticking my finger, I'm tired of doing this, I'm tired of doing that, I want to get my life back, I want to get off the roller coaster like we talked about, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. That's what I really want. I got my list of whys. I got my reasons, because reasons come first. I got all that stuff. I'm ready, Kelley. Okay, you say if you're ready, step your game up and join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. which over 200 people have done already. Over 200 people in this challenge, right? They're ready to take control of their blood sugar. We had a couple come on today, tell their stories. Normally it's $99 to join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But today we're doing a special for $69 if you use that discount code SUGAR. Use the discount code SUGAR. Now I'm going to leave it. Typically I'll leave it open for an hour. But I'm going to leave this code open all day. I'm going to leave the code open. Like I said, because we don't do it often. I'm going to leave this code open all day. SUGAR. Just for today. Tomorrow's going to go back up. I promise you it is. But today only, that's what I'm saying, the whole day, we're going to leave it at $69 if you use that discount code SUGAR. Tomorrow's going back up. I promise you it is. We'll come back tomorrow, it's going to be like it's going to be a different price. I promise you. But if that's you, if you're ready for change, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right there. That's it, folks. Your blood sugar will never look the same. Your life will be the same. You're going to rip up your whole script and you're going to start fresh again. It's called the blood sugar reset. So again, if you're struggling with insulin resistance, if you're struggling with diabetes, if type 2 diabetes, and you say that I'm tired of this stuff, this is it, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't want to do the meds, I want to hang out with my grandkids, I want to have all that stuff, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But here it is, folks. I'll be back tomorrow, 8:15 Eastern time until noon. We come until noon. We're going to get out of here. 8:15 Eastern time until noon. We'll be back tomorrow. But until then, like I told y'all before, we got a whole bunch of choices in this world. When it comes to getting off of your diabetes meds and getting your life back and all that stuff, you've got a choice. But here's the thing. When we're born, we look like our parents. But when we die, we look like our choices.